you can fall in love with handwriting, you would fall in love with these letters. Clapton has got absolutely beautiful handwriting.
From stadium anthems to chart-topping classics, Propstore's Music Live Auction takes centre stage this spring.
This is where the stories roll. The Chronicles of Propstore.
Ladies and gentlemen, nays and thems, if there's one thing that can unite us all as humans, it's a love to be entertained. But what if I told you that you can own a piece of that entertainment? Well, there's one place that can help you make your dream come true, whether it be music, film, or TV. The Prop Store has sold a mind-blowing number of items, and now you can join the fun. So here to talk all about the current music memorabilia auction coming from London and so much more, we welcome the consignments consultant for music and posters. What a fucking job title. Mr. Mark Hochman, as we bring you the Chronicles of Propstore UK.
Oh, what an introduction.
Yeah.
What a job title.
Go with that.
Yeah, that is a cool job title, by the way.
Right.
Well, it's slightly different. It's consignment specialist, head of music and posters, but we're not splitting hairs.
No, exactly. We'll stick with that. That's fine.
Stick with what you got. You can.
Yeah.
I took it off the website. Blame the person on the website.
It's a bone of contention, should we say?
Fair enough.
For off air.
Mark, before we really dive in to everything that you do and the Prop Store itself, how's your personal Tuesday been?
With any auction, as soon as we announce, you can never prepare yourself for the constant barrage of questions, inquiries, press, media, and also at the same time prepping for the next magnificent auction, which in reality is October, but I have to have it locked by July, simply because we do the full printed catalogue. It's researching its provenance, it's authenticating a lot of the items. Well, not a lot, all of the items. So it's very, very full on, but I love it. I really, really enjoy what I do. You get to see some fantastic things. For me, not just the music, but the poster side of things, some of the movie memorabilia. So yeah, it's some days are harder than others. I mean, today was hard because we just had a nice long 4-day weekend. I did work from home, but it was it was a normal Tuesday.
Like it. So what we like to do with these things is take it right back to the beginning, back to when you were first growing up, a young Master Hochman, you could say. What did you want to be when you were growing up?
I suppose the weird thing was, I always saw myself doing something in films or TV or music. But if I'm absolutely honest, I'm tone deaf. I've got no music bone at all in my body. My singing voice is awful, like strange, and yet I ended up doing. I just had this love of music. I mean, and film. I was actually offered a job when I was at school. I was very artistic in terms of a modelling bench, shall we say, and I was actually offered a job I used to do a lot of work with clay and plaster and other mixed media, and actually got offered a job doing Alien at the studios, which was near us, and I had to turn it down because I was doing my exams. So that's one of those sliding door moments that you think, oh, whatever. And my mum, bless her, was involved with the movies. She was a hairstylist, and it was, I think that's where I got my thing, that I always wanted to do something in with music or film. And as it was, I ran my own removals company for 35 years. So actually totally unrelated, but it was, I always collected, always had this love of memorabilia, and I was lucky enough in 2011 to turn it into a full-time.
So I was going to say you've got a background like really prominent in movie posters, which you've mentioned. So what was it about movie posters that just grabbed you in?
It was, one of the things. It was, as I say, I had my own removal company, which at the time meant quite a bit of excess of cash. So different to now, and I just put all my disposable income into comics because I loved American comics, Marvel, DC, Batman. That they were my thing, and I had one of the best and biggest comic collections in the UK. Met up with a guy used to run Stateside Comics called Duncan McAlpine. Got involved in a bit with the comic book price guide, and where I was buying in comic collections, it led to, oh well, I've got these action figures, I've got these posters, and it sort of grew until I realised one day that I just had a garage full of posters and movie tat that I didn't really know what to do with. So I actually don't let this athletic figure fool you. I was actually quite a decent tennis player, and I ruptured my Achilles tendon.
Oh,
And this is at the dawn of websites. So a friend of mine who'd just done a crash course in design your own websites said, I'll tell you what, why don't I design you a website? And I said, yeah, all right. He said, to make it easy, I'll do posters because they're flat and you can take just a single picture of them. And that's where it started, around about 2010, in terms of getting into the posters. And it started with that website because I ruptured my Achilles tendon. So that was it, really. And I made quite a good name for myself with that. I've done TV and bits and pieces with the posters. And then, one thing led to another. I started at Propstore just before COVID, so about 2020, just a bit now, 2019. And then went there as their poster guy. And that developed into music because they're always looking to expand and to get into other memorabilia. And as part of the poster side of things, I had a client who also had an extensive music collection that they wanted to sell. So I went to Stephen, Propstore's owner, and said, how do you feel about including these as part of the poster auction? And he said, well, I'll tell you what, he said, why don't we just do a music auction? And that's where we started.
that's insane. It's amazing how life works. You
Mm,
know, the
totally.
whole like, oh, I'm getting really good at this tennis thing. I'm really enjoying this. Oh, I'm injuring myself. Okay, now I'm doing this prop store stuff and
Yeah.
I'm selling music memorabilia.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Yeah. It is unreal. I mean, what are your backgrounds?
Oh wow, no one's ever asked. Go on, Jim. I'll let you go first.
As I said, I'm at that awkward place in my life where I don't know what I want to do. I've never really known. So I've just done I worked in retail for bloody ages for some unknown reason. And, and it's that point now. I'm just trying to find my thing. I don't really have a career background to say, if that makes any sense.
So if the BBC come along and said, "Oh, we want you to do this show for us," would you jump at the chance, or
Oh,
would you like your
100
independence?
100%. No, I'd jump at it. I'd jump at it. I'd love to get
Yeah.
what we do now with this show. If we could be paid to do this, I'd be the happiest man alive, quite frankly, because I love doing this. This is what I put all my effort into.
Do you not get paid though on your YouTube downloads, or not? No.
No,
Not yet.
not yet. We're working. That's what we're working towards. I'm a trainee dispensing optician in Specsavers. I'm going to, I'm about to sit my exams in May to get in, and they cover that. So that's like that's something I feel is a backup to this. I'd love to host my own TV show. That's my dream.
Mm.
So, yeah. But thank you for. No one's ever asked. So thank.
Oh, no,
We're
no.
meant to interview with you though, Mark. Can we?
You've had your one question. I'm joking.
Yeah.
So you mentioned obviously got involved in the prop store. How did you even get involved in the prop store? Was it just applying for a job, or was it connections?
I actually live quite close to them. I live in a place called Old Amersham, and they're based in Cheynes, which is literally 10-15 minute drive. And I'd known about Prop Store obviously for a few years. I'd obviously I did some of the film fairs with my posters and stuff like that.
Mm.
And they were there in the early days selling some toys, building up the props and stuff. And I'd actually, where they'd taken in some posters, Tim, who is sort of like second in command at Propstore, approached me and said, "Oh, we've got this poster. Can I get your opinion on it?" And it was very sort of, I went in and give them, I think it's worth this and stuff. They said, "Oh, thanks." Top of my head, it was a Star Wars poster. That so I knew of them, they sort of knew of me. And then they decided to do posters, but it's a long story. I To get into movie posters, I wasn't their first choice for a movie poster guy, or not through any fault of mine or theirs, but they had someone go to them and say, look, if we set up a would you be interested in doing a poster auction? This is a guy who's got a website and was firmly established, etc., etc. Would you be interested in putting an auction on for me? So, yeah, cut a long story short, the first two auctions that this guy put together for him weren't brilliant. They were not very well received. Prop Store's got a particular clientele, and it's a learning curve. You've got to supply the content that that clientele wants. And the first couple of auctions were Ealing comedies, bit of romance, like what are classic movie posters, but not what Prop Store buyers want. So Prop Store was still interested in doing posters, very much so. So they approached me and said, "Look, do you want to come in and give it a bit of a new twist?" And yeah, I'm really proud for what we did in what was it? So we did about 4 years of posters. I think averaging around about 700,000 a year out of a couple of auctions, maybe three in some years. So I mean, it was, we'd certainly built up seven figures by the time we'd finished doing it. But obviously, in that time, we'd started to take music on, and music is much more rewarding financially than posters. And so there's only one of me, and
Yeah.
expertise is a little bit hard to come by. And I mean, I'm sure as you guys know and appreciate that, you're specialists in what you do and what it is, and sometimes there's just not enough hours in the day, and that was the problem with posters versus music. And I really wanted to pursue music because I I just felt it was the market was there for it, and the way
Yeah.
Prop Store operate and do things, Prop Store were the perfect vehicle to promote music the way I want it promoted. In terms of stuff prior to, I mean, 6 years ago when I first went there, they were head and shoulders above anybody else in terms of their marketing and their advertising, which is one of the things attracted me to them in terms of posters. I mean, you looked at Bonhams, Christie's, Sotheby's, who were still toying with memorabilia, but they were, it was old school. What they were doing was really quite sticking the mud. It wasn't interesting. It was sort of like, oh, here's a Mark Bolan album signed by Mark, grab your bids and start bidding on it. And Prop Store did things differently. It was all about pizzazz, glamour, and this is the music industry. It's rock and roll at the end of the day, and that was good. But since then, the others have changed. Christie's and Sotheby's. Well, Sotheby's are almost totally out of the memorabilia market, and in this country, certainly. Christie's will only take it on if it's a large collection. So they did Jeff Beck last year, which again, in excess of £8 million for an auction. And Bonhams do it, but they don't do it to the level I think that we do it. And I'm really proud of what we've built up in such a short time.
It is incredible. And I mean, before we get onto the music side of things, with posters, I don't mean this to sound idiotic in a way, but like, how can you tell the authentic, the actual genuine thing?
A lot of it is size matters, certainly with posters. Also paper.
Okay.
Most of the and you've also got to take into account that it's not worth faking a poster that you're only going to get £50 for. So you can
Yeah.
quite easily tell what are fakes in terms of the more modern. Probably the most faked poster of all time is Pulp Fiction, and that's the Lucky Strikes, whereby obviously I think it was Memento, whoever the film they did a poster for Tarantino's Pulp Fiction, but they used a packet of Lucky Strike cigarettes with Uma Thurman on the bed,
Yeah.
and
Yes, yes, yes.
um, it was almost immediately recalled because Americans being Americans, they love a bit of legal,
Of
and
course I do.
um, so these posters were all recalled and they were meant to be destroyed, making them a hugely collectible.
Yeah.
So some of the fakers thought, oh, do you know what? We'll fake some of these, but they're slightly undersized and the print quality isn't very good. Um, but because the posters were so scarce, not many people knew what was an original and what was fake. And that they were, selling at what I would call serious money, like $500-600 for what was a fake poster, and no
Yeah.
one really knew at the time it was fake. So that's probably one of the best examples, but you can tell because the size is different, the paper's different, the print quality is different. Um, I've yet to find what I would call a really old a 60s or a 70s faked poster simply because you can't get the paper right. The paper's totally different.
Mm.
And you look at things like print quality and there are telltale signs on a lot of stuff. It is just one of those things. It's sometimes I can look at a poster and know that it's a modern reprint or something done to deceive just by simply looking at the paper on a photograph. And that's just experience. That's not you know blowing me on trumpet sort of thing. It's something that you get with time, that you can just look at something and that's not right or that's a bit off. And that certainly helped me in terms of I look at all the music stuff we get offered, certainly the high provenance, the high value items that have a need a lot of provenance in as, I make sure all the boxes are ticked before we offer it out.
It's the fact he said that. I thought he was going to be like, oh, just by feeling the paper. No, I can look at it on a photograph and I'll know. That's amazing.
Not 100. A lot of the time you just look at it and you think, yeah, look, and I know it sounds silly, but it's sometimes the shine off the paper because
Hmm.
it's not right and it shouldn't shine like that.
Crazy.
That's crazy. That is insane. But
Crazy.
like, I imagine you've had people that go, I don't know if you've like with jackets. Let's go for jackets. Let's
Mm.
say Freddie Mercury. He had that yellow jacket with the am I right? Is it
Yeah,
Freddie that has
yeah,
that?
Yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Like, have you had people be like, "Oh no, it's the real thing." Like, I promise you, it's definitely yellow.
It's, I mean, probably the most faked clothing is Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
That is a genuine minefield. But we 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 only take in Michael Jackson clothing from if it comes from a very reliable source, and the ideal thing for us, which is why we achieved such a high number for his Pepsi jacket. I think it was just over £300,000, was because we photo matched it. And that's a huge part of what we
Nice.
do in terms of like that t-shirt you've got on. I bet that you can there's bits on that t-shirt that are wrong. There'll be a defect or something like that you're
Okay.
wearing.
Yeah.
So it might be the stitching's off on the shoulder just by a little bit, or they've missed a thread, or there might be a little nick on the collar. Now, let's just suppose you were ever famous and somebody bought that t-shirt. Our research team will, if we were offered that for sale, would say, yeah, this belonged to Tom from the Chronicles of Podcast, and we can tell that because we've matched the tear on the neck and the skipped thread
It's wild.
and that's what we call photo matching, and that's we can't do it with every item because sometimes the photographs are too old or the videos just
Yeah.
not high def enough for us to do it. But we have our own. We have it, and I can't remember how big it is, but I know it runs into the terabytes or the what do you call the biggest storage possible.
Is it terabyte?
I think it is terabytes.
It is terabytes, isn't it?
We've got a system that it took a months to export from the US over the thing, whereby we store films, videos, etc., at the highest quality known to man, simply so that, and this is as a company, this isn't just music, just so we can match clothing, hats, weapons to scenes from films. I mean, many times I'll go in and the team are sitting there and they're studying Gladiator for the millionth time because it's that somebody's sent in a dead tiger which they've had stuffed and we want to try and match it to the no that's wrong, it's not a dead tiger, but it's one of the helmets and stuff like that. It will get matched to a scene, and we try and do that with the music. We try and do that with costumes. Certainly Michael Jackson is a big one, and that we've got the George Michael jacket
Yes.
Yes.
in this auction. Well, that's been photo matched, and that's even though it came from a very reputable source, we 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 always question or I always question and make sure the team where things come from. And if we can photo, even if it's Steven Spielberg consigning an ET puppet, the team will look in. We never take anybody's word for it. We will always look into the research, the background, the history. And if we can photo match it, that is the icing on the cake because it means it is actually genuine. And that's true across the board. It's not just the music, it's true of everything. Like the movie props, they photo match. I mean, they did one of the highest prices ever paid for one of the
Okay.
highest prices ever paid was $3.25 million for Darth Vader's lightsaber, and that sold last year. And we briefly held the record for the highest single item of Star Wars memorabilia ever to sell at auction. And then a couple of months later, got beaten by a bit of artwork, but
What?
for 3.5 million.
No
It was
way.
yeah, Tom Young's artwork for the US half sheet, which is a poster size, but it beat us. So yeah, that someone else, I think it's Heritage now hold the record for that. But we briefly held the record. I mean, 3.5 million was a huge jump up from anything that had sold before. But it was again photo matched to various scenes of Darth Vader wielding his lightsaber in Star Wars and The Empire Strikes Back, because they used the same one um, in the follow-up film, and that had been sitting in a wardrobe.
That is insane.
That's mad. I was going to ask, like, how do you actually acquire these items? Are you chasing people? Or are they coming to you? Like, what
It's
is?
a mixture. We deal with a lot of performers, like artists, and this is across the board with music and movies. We've some musicians donate or approach us about selling some of their content through the auction for a charity. I do stuff with Zach Starkey for his charity's Teenage Cancer Trust. So normally when you see an artist attached to it, it's the proceeds going to charity. I've got one lined up for our October music auction, which is Jamie from the Stereophonics.
Hmm.
He's going to be donating stuff to a local children's charity in Southwest London where he lives. So you get stuff, but there are other artists who say, blimey, Mark, I do enough for charity. I pay all these taxes and stuff like that. the wife needs a new Chanel or a Birkin, so I need something that's like 50 grand. And you get that, and that's absolutely fine. And a consigner remains totally anonymous.
Mm.
We do not divulge who a consigner is. You get fans who, get stuff signed. You get agents, you get record companies. I mean, presentation discs are a good thing because, most of the time the artists, don't want them. It's, they're not, it's something the manager or the producer hangs on their wall. But if you speak to Noel, Liam, Zach, any of those ones, and that they're not bothered by them. It's they most 99% of the artists we deal with is, they're they 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 know they've made it. They don't need to be judged by their peers by the number of albums or records that they sell. So it comes from everywhere. Collectors as well. It is sometimes collectors sell with us to maybe raise funds to buy in auctions. It's it is yes, we do reach out. We reach out to we buy from other auction houses sometimes. We will buy collections in from people who've been in the music industry and are now need to sell. But it's ever changing in terms of who it is. It could be, somebody off the street comes in and said, I used to rent a house out to Robert Plant and Jimmy Page for them to rehearse in, and they've left their drum kit and their guitars there, and we've only just realised because we've found them all up in the loft. It's you could get that. It's crazy sometimes where the stuff comes from.
So I bet you must have heard some crazy stories like that. It's like having these
There's a
conversations with people.
few, funny enough, that and sometimes people don't realise what they've got. They don't realise the value. In 2 years ago, I sold, or we sold, George Michael's personal presentation disc for Careless Whisper. Now, this is
Oh,
an example whereby, you know, some of the artists don't it might have their name on it, but they're not really emotionally attached to it.
mm,
And what it was, one of the old studio techs George used to work with when he first started at Wham, they were moving studios and they found one of the very, very first Wham demo tapes that George had done with Andrew. And I think it was Bad Boys and Wham Rap. And it was they still spoke to George and they said, "Oh, look, we found this. It's really funny." Because by now George was sort of like superstar,
mm.
solo artist in his own right, and said, you know, what do you want us to do with this? And George said, oh, I'd really love it. He said, they were fun days and that'd be great. So George offered to buy it. And the guy said, oh, don't be stupid. He said, oh, it's, it's yours at the end of the day. It's just that we found it when we're clearing out a cupboard, when we're moving. Um, so anyway, he posted it on. 2 days later, this parcel arrived at where he was working at the studio, and lovely personal letter from George in there. Look, thanks very much for this. Please accept this this for Careless Whisper. And he said, feel free, please, to do what you want with it. If you want to keep it, fine. If you want to sell it, fine. He said, absolutely no problem with it. And that was a great story that helped sell the disc and helped get, I think it sold for around about £28,000,
Wow.
which
That's
it is. And sometimes we do stuff which is certainly for some of the families life changing.
mm.
We recently held a movie memorabilia auction in Los Angeles. That was last month. Well, the biggest selling item was a C3PO head, and that sold for just over $1 million. And it
Wow.
broke all records for a C3PO head. And you know, it always annoys me with some of these cyber warriors online and stuff. Some of the comments where we were fine to brag, this has sold, etc. And one of the comments on the post was, "Yeah, it's great. Someone mad enough to pay over $1 million for a C3PO head. Think of all the good that could have done in the world." And absolutely hats off to our owner and CEO, Stephen, replied with a comment that this money is life changing for the family who put it in because they did not, they really, really, it'll change their life for the good. And that is one of the good things really that can come out of this because people who worked certainly in the movie and the music industry during the 80s, 70s, 80s, and say 90s even, you didn't realize the value of what some of this memorabilia could get.
Mad.
Why do you feel people are so drawn to memorabilia though? Why are people so like, for example, you've got Slash's Les Gibson guitar, which is
Yeah.
beautiful by the way. I don't play guitar, but it's my favorite brand of guitar ever, and I love it. But why do you feel people are like, oh my God, I have to have it?
Um, I I do think I do think it's personal attachment, and I do think it's what I think it what makes you feel good
Mm.
at the end of the day with it. I think we've all got a little bit of collectability about us. Everybody has got something that they covet that they want. And I think some probably more strongly than others. And I wouldn't like to say to some of the lengths that people go to own some of this stuff. But it is, I think everybody wants something at the end of the day that either makes them feel good or brings back a memory that was a good memory. And I think that is the beauty of an auction, whereby um, if you really want something and your pockets are deep enough, then yes, you can own it. I do think it, and certainly since COVID, we're finding more and more items, and it can be the lesser items. It can be um, a David Bowie teddy bear that it is if you're a but you want something, I think, at the end of the day, whereby you can open that front door, you've had a real nightmare day at work or at the office or something like that, and you come in and you look at this thing and you think, yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
I mean,
completely
we
get it.
had it with we had an Elvis tape, which it was actually recorded by Colonel Tom Parker, and it was an Elvis tape of a concert he did in Vegas, the Hilton Hotel in Vegas. And Colonel Tom Parker had, and I forget his name, but it was Liberace's manager. They were always exchanging gifts. And so, as it was at the time, almost like a professional setup, Colonel Tom Parker set up this tape machine, recorded Elvis's concert, and gave the tape to Colonel Tom Parker. And obviously, the tape came up for sale. We got offered the tape, but with music and everything like that, you can't sell it with you can't sell it with copyright, and it's very very difficult. So we sell it as what we call memorabilia with no rights conferred. But imagine getting all your mates to come round and say, "I've got something that you've never heard before, and it's going to absolutely blow your socks off." That's an hour and a half Elvis concert from Vegas in the 70s. I mean, that's just what you could do with something like that.
Amazing. It seems like these things come across you and you're just like, I didn't even know this existed. Like, never in my mind would I thought this would be a thing. It's
I've
crazy.
got one like that in this auction, and you can look it up. And it's Herman the pig.
Okay.
Okay, Pink Floyd The Wall, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
1990, Roger Waters had left by then, and good or bad, Roger, bless him, he does know how to put a show on. And he did the first show in Berlin after the wall come down,
Yes.
obviously called The Wall. So 1990, he had um, this pig designed as part of the stage setting. Now, bear in mind, this pig is a 70-foot by 45-foot inflatable that's run on air generators with, and can actually set it up to a computer. Well, not actually, you have to set it up to a computer because different stages of the show, the air gets pumped into it at different speeds, whatever. So it gives the impression of moving. So you've got this 70, and seriously, you can watch it. It is on videos and YouTubes, etc. Now, we've actually got that in. It's it is one of it's what I call one of the cheaper lots at 4,000. Bid starting at 4,000. But if you're a Pink Floyd fan, and from experience, Pink Floyd fans are more moneyed than a lot of other fans.
Mm.
It is it is an incredible, even if you never ever set it up, it's in four of the biggest flight cases you'd ever seen. And that's without, or you need a degree in engineering to, and electricity to set it up. But if you honestly set that up in your 20-acre mansion in the Cotswolds, it would be absolutely, you're for fourth. I'm not saying it will finish at 4,000, but it's for 4,000. You've got something your mates are going to be talking about for years.
That's it. What would you even do with that? Like,
What just it is, but it's also again at that price level, it's very investable.
Mm. Yeah,
It is very. It's a unique. It's where else would you get a unique piece of Pink Floyd memorabilia for £4,000? And this is it. It is a one-off. Bearing in mind when they did the pigs at Battersea Power Station, they actually did two, but one of them blew away. So there's still only
Oh,
one of them now.
that's
it's
nuts.
it's we were talking about on the podcast a few weeks ago the Ace Ventura Rhino, the butt birth Rhino, obviously from the second movie.
Yeah,
It's like what would someone physically do with it other than just have it maybe sitting in the garden somewhere?
we I did a phone bid for somebody, again an American. This was a couple of auctions ago on the movie side of things. Have you ever seen the film The Grinch? The Grinch, whatever it is. Is it called The Grinch Who Loves Christmas or something like that? As I
When
say,
she stole Christmas, I think it is.
that's it. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, his sleigh was life size. I mean, the sleigh you see in the movie is a life size Grinch sleigh. It was huge, and I mean massive. And I'm on the phone to a phone bidder, and I'm saying to, and they're bit, yeah, go up. Yep, yeah, I want that. Go up. I said, anyway, he won it. And I said, oh, congratulations. I said, what are you actually going to do with it? He said, well, he said, once it's shipped to the US, I think it was in our New York office and he was somewhere like Ohio. Sorry, our LA office and he was in somewhere like Ohio. He said, well, he said, you know what? He said, I've just bought this huge plot of land. He said, I'm sort of like going to have it as my bachelor pad. He said, I'm having a home built on there at the moment. He said, I'm actually, he said, I've already spoken. I no matter money was no object with this. He said I was going to. I've already spoken to the architect who's designing a building to go round it. He was actually. He was built. The Grinch was. The Grinch and Elf were his favourite films. Now, don't ask me why or what, but he was actually having a building constructed around this Grinch sleigh. And if you look it up, it's big. And it is
Mad.
genuinely big. And it was good. It was filled with Grinch and Elf Christmas memorabilia.
That's amazing.
That's insane.
That is
Fair play.
amazing. I love it. But how would you decide exactly what's going up for auction? Is it just pieces that you've just acquired and got in? Because I know it's for this one that you've got at the end of April. There's a lot of Queen stuff involved.
The Queen, we tend, or I tend to target certain groups or artists that I know will do well with prop store clients.
Okay,
Previously we've concentrated on Oasis. And last year was the biggest Oasis memorabilia auction ever to happen. It was just one of those things. Over £1 million we raised for in sales on that auction. But
incredible.
I like to target groups that I know our buyers want, and so that is Led Zeppelin, that is Pink Floyd, that is David Bowie, that is Michael Jackson. Yes, that is that that is Queen is one of the things that's very popular with our buyers. So we had the opportunity to, after speaking with Peter Hince, to take his collection in. He decided it was time to sell. Now, Peter was the head roadie for Queen. In particular, he was very close with John Deacon and Freddie Mercury. That when he first got the job as a roadie, they were the ones that he was tasked with looking after them too. And then he quickly rose to be head roadie, and he was with them right up until the last concert in '86. So he had all of his content is fresh to market, and
Wow.
it's personal item. It's not just personal. It's weird because we've got 68 lots which are Peter Hince lots, and about 18 lots which are from other consigners. Now, that's simply because you'll see with the other 18 lots, it's a lot of signed pieces, it's a lot of handwritten Freddie Mercury lyrics. And it's simply because Peter didn't have that sort of content. Because working with Queen every day, day in, day out, you don't think to ask them for an autograph or can you sign this? Can
No.
you sign? It's just something you don't do. And he said to me, he said, "Do you know, Mark?" He said, "The only thing I've ever asked them to sign was my mum loved Night of the Opera. It was her favourite Queen album. So it was her birthday, and I asked them to sign an album for her. And he said, that's the only time I've asked for an autograph from them. And it's true. You just don't
Awesome.
think to ask for stuff like that when it's you know meeting Freddie Mercury every day is your job. It's and it weirdly when you speak to Peter, Queen were unusual in the fact that their key staff they actually employed 12 months of the year. It wasn't just concert to concert, which some of the other groups did. They actually employed their staff. So, as Peter says, it was a very loyal, close knit community, and he said it was, they were all like family.
It's amazing. I love that. But like you say, like to him, it's his colleagues, it's his friends. It's not,
Yeah,
oh my
that's
God,
it.
this
Yeah,
is, you
yeah,
know,
yeah,
that's, but I love from that Peter Hince's stuff, that gold microphone is
yeah.
absolutely beautiful. Like,
Well,
wow.
I mean, again, it's a bit of a throwback to I mean, Freddie had them personally commissioned because he wanted the gold on them because he knew, I mean, primarily he had them made, he had five of them made. This one we definitely know was used on Top of the Pops, Los Palabras de Amor, The Language of Love, I think that translate to when Freddie was on there. Um, it's because Top of the Pops then was all lip syncing. So it's you can see him with it, and it's brilliant. I mean, I mean, what we've got with the Queen, Peter Hince, and the other Queen items, it's the largest Queen collection to come to market since Freddie's auction in 2023 at Sotheby's,
Amazing.
which hugely successful. And just in the first week, the response we've had to the Queen lots has been phenomenal. I mean, absolutely, it's been super popular. I mean, I'm not gonna. It has surprised me just how popular they've been straight out of the gate, and that's the high end stuff. We've already the microphone is already sold. The flag has already sold. The microphone, the dressing gown is already sold. These are big ticket items.
That's insane. It's I love it though because obviously you range from like Queen and then you go to Notorious B.I.G. and then you go to Ed Sheeran and it's just and then you got Hendrix. So it's
Yeah.
I have you ever had clients ring up and go, "Can you get this?"
Yes, and I've actually got something in the auction for them this time, and it's the first time we've had what, believe it or not, one of the most popular things people ask. Any, he did wear a lot of them, but Michael Jackson fedoras. are always popular.
Yeah.
They're also hugely, hugely faked. So we make sure that the ones we offer are absolutely genuine and the real thing. And we've got two in this time. Black one comes with a letter from Pepsi, who was the CEO of Pepsi, because obviously Pepsi had a huge tie-in with Michael Jackson,
Mm.
and you know, they used to get the fedoras from him to give away to their clients, to make people go out and buy more Pepsi. And we've got a red one, a white one, and a black one in. I always get asked for a Michael Jackson fedora, and they always do phenomenally well. And I think a lot of that, I'll go back to what I said earlier, is because people trust us. People know the provenance is absolutely bang on. But the thing I've got in this time, which I do expect to do well, is I was asked for ever since I started doing these auctions, if you ever get anything in for, and this is from two people, so hopefully they're going to be bidding against them each other to drive the price up. And it's if you ever get anything Sid Barrett, let me know
Mm.
because it's Sid Barrett stuff. He was hugely influential, and yes, he had his problems, but he really set the tone for what Pink Floyd became.
Yeah.
And real Pink Floyd fans absolutely would love something from Sid. And we've actually got two handwritten letters in from him, which comes from his girlfriend Jenny Spires. And they're absolutely brilliant. He signs them Roger, which was his real name. So it was Roger. His nickname was Sid, but he's they're amazing, and they're fantastic letters. And I know it sounds silly, but I love reading stuff like that. What they've actually put in. One of the other items we've got in is a three-page letter that Eric Clapton wrote to a fan. Now, I could not believe it when I had this in. You look it up. Clapton has got absolute. If you could fall in love with handwriting, you would fall in love with these letters. Clapton has got absolutely beautiful handwriting. I mean, amazing. Absolutely, you can just imagine him at school, and the nuns rapping him over the knuckles for not writing things properly. I mean, and you seriously need to check it out because it's the handwriting is beautiful. And it's 3 pages, and he's just written this to a fan after a fan wrote to him, and it details why he left the Yardbirds and the yard
Wow.
and the Yardbirds, at the time, one of the biggest bands in the world. Everybody, the Yardbirds are splitting up, the Yardbirds are splitting up. And yeah, Clapton has just written his heart out to a fan as to why he was leaving the Yardbirds. It's brilliant, absolutely
Oh,
brilliant.
there's amazing things. I was like scrolling through, looking at all the stuff that's in this auction. Like personally, for me, the signed Kiss guitar stood out because they're my favorite band of all time. So it's like, I need
First
that.
band
I
I ever
need that.
saw, Kiss.
Oh,
First band I ever saw. And do you
same.
want to know, weirdly, it was years and years ago at Wembley Arena, and they were on. It was a mate of mine from school dragged me along because they were a huge Kiss fan. And I'd sort of heard of them, but the backup band were Bon Jovi.
Oh,
Nice.
what?
Yes. I know. I remember. I know. I wasn't there, but I know of this
Yeah,
tour.
yeah.
Yes.
The,
Yeah.
the
Yeah. Yeah.
backup band was Bon Jovi, and no word of a lie. It was, you know, people wanted Bon Jovi to
Yeah.
carry on. They were so good. I know, but Kiss was a spectacle. Kiss was
Yeah.
an absolute spectacle, and I still see it now with the end, the drum set rising up with curtain of flames underneath it, and you couldn't use real pyrotechnics then. It was, even health and safety wasn't that mad even then. But it was just, I remember the closing. I mean, it was brilliant, absolutely brilliant. I,
So
I,
good.
I love Kiss now. I mean,
Yeah.
some of the corniest songs going, but for me, it's, I'm not a serious guy. I mean, I'm not, you can keep your Nirvanas and all of that. It's, not for me. And I like to be entertained, and
Absolutely. They're the
and
perfect band for
Kiss
entertainment. Yeah.
were that. But when it's the one
Absolutely.
thing we haven't had anything substantial in for it. But my favourite is all time is Meatloaf. And I
Mm.
would love to get something in from Meatloaf or Jim Steinman, but never say never, but that just hasn't come up yet. And that's one of my taglines that I try and get in on a lot of stuff is, prop store, we make your rock and roll dreams come true. And
Oh, I love that.
That's the
I
tagline
was,
for this episode title.
yeah,
Brilliant.
I was actually going to ask you if there was anything that you were particularly like, I can't believe this is in my hands right now, or I can't believe this is here with us.
the not certainly this auction, it's the one that puts a big smile on my face is Herman the Pig. I absolutely love that. And then from an emotional point of view is obviously the John Lennon poster.
I was going to ask you about this.
Yeah, that
Yes.
was that is an amazing piece. I mean, the history on it, I don't know if you've listened to the audio. Um, the audio of Lennon speaking about signing this particular poster.
No.
Yes.
You should listen to that. It's on the
Oh,
listing. It's
okay.
sort of like about halfway down, you can click on it. But
Okay.
Lennon, for just over a minute, is talking about signing this poster, and it's absolutely crystal clear. And we've been asked why it is so crystal clear. It's because it was actually part of a radio interview. The guy who he signed the poster for, Ron Hummel, was the guy doing the interview, and he was RKA Radio in New York, and they'd spent the day with them, and then John had given them all complimentary copies of Double Fantasy. Well, the promotional Double Fantasy albums all had this poster in, which you couldn't get for in your normal ones you were buying at Tower Records or wherever it was at the time. So they was the poster special on its own. And Ron asks John when they finish the interview to sign it, and John goes into this thing whereby, oh, the pen won't write, and shall I go over it? And Yoko's pushing John to get into the car to go to the studios, and it's an amazing listen for a minute, and then John turns around and explains to people, I love signing stuff for people. It's a real thing. We think on the timeline, it's definitely the last poster John ever signed. Now we think he signed this poster for Ron, and this is us piecing it together. Then he went outside the Dakota building to get into the car, and that's when he signed the poster for Mark Chapman. And then he signed twice more in the studio. So yeah, it is very emotional listening to it, and it is, but it look a lot of it is proper rock and roll. It's cultural history, and to actually have something like that and to offer it, it is incredible, absolutely amazing.
So,
I was going to say, wouldn't Beatles stuff be quite uh, sought after?
Yeah, Be- Beatles stuff is very, very sought after, but I will also say certainly with the autographs, there's an awful lot of fakes out there.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
must get for every decent set of autographs we get in that are genuine, I probably get 10 or 12 more that are fakes and good fakes. It is a shame. It's one of the negatives of what I have to do.
Yeah.
It's telling people that look, what you've got isn't right or isn't right in our opinion. And we use certainly with there's certain artists, Beatles, Hendrix, Rolling Stones, Nirvana, Kurt Cobain, we we get them treble checked into if it passes what we think is right, we get those items treble checked by experts in the UK and the US before we offer it.
I can only imagine because, yeah, there's can only imagine the amount of people try and forge a signature or trace a signature,
Uh, I,
anything. Yeah,
I was absolutely gutted for, as I say, I'm not a huge Nirvana fan, but I do appreciate the significance of what they've done and what they did for music. And one of the first things I was offered last year, which would have been for the April auction, was a signed set list from MTV Unplugged, the famous gig they did. And the guy who offered it to us actually purchased it in the 90s, the late 90s. It was that old, and he was sitting on it for his pension. And
Oh
no.
no.
that would have seriously done six figures. Like they've
Oh,
seriously
Oh
done six
man.
figures. And I was, it was so good. Like but it was, um, and I gave it to one of our experts, and he said, he said, I don't think this is right. I said, what don't you think is right? And he said, I don't think the signatures are right. He said, I think the set list is right, but I don't think it, because that was handwritten as well by Cobain. And he said, I don't think the signatures are right. He said, they're slightly off. He said, particularly the Dave Grohl. He said, but he said, I think the set list is right. And then, because we do, you know, he came back and said, no, I don't think it's right. So then we referred it to someone else because, you know, as an expert, yes, you can be wrong. And then it came back wrong again. And then we even tried it a third time. Um, and that was the hardest call I had to do that I've ever had to do in this. And I know it sounds dramatic, but
not at all.
No, not
it
at all.
was, yeah, I would, it was one of them. I was absolutely gutted for the guy when I told him on the phone that, look, it's not genuine.
Oh
Oh man, that must
God,
have
my
been
heart breaks for that
heartbreaking.
guy.
Yeah, so
But saying, if it was genuine, that is what will be one of the items we will be talking about on the podcast because that's how significant a piece of paper can
Mm.
be.
that's so crazy though. It's just
Oh my God.
mind blowing when you think about it that like one A4 sheet could be worth millions.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's
I,
it's,
it,
it's
it would have definitely done six figures. Definitely.
Yeah. It's such an iconic show as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, oh, that's
Absolutely.
incredible. But obviously, you mentioned the double fantasy. We got the Freddie Mercury microphone, Michael Jackson, not Michael Jackson, sorry, but George Michael's jacket. Like,
Yeah.
there's some incredible items in this auction. So, for people that are listening now, how do they get involved in bidding if they want to take part?
Go to propstore.com. You'll see a section which says auctions. Click on that. Then there'll be the music catalog, there'll be the music auction clearly displayed on the landing page. Now you can browse, you can just click on view auction if you want to. So you can have a look first, see everything that's on there. And I do recommend that if you do, when you get to the John Lennon lot, click on the audio. It's in the listing, and I guarantee if you don't come away with your lump in your throat, then you're not alive. And yeah, then if there's stuff in there that you're interested in, you can register to bid. Again, that's through that auction. Really simple and painless process. If you do get any trouble, then contact any of us at the office. We can put you right. And also, if there's anything in there that you've got questions on, that they can drop us an email and say, "Well, how do you know this was signed by Coldplay?" And then, I mean, we do get it. I mean, it's we get questions on everything, and as long as it's not somebody trying to be clever, then I really don't mind. Oh yeah, you get them. It's as long as it's not someone trying to be clever, then I happily, I could spend hours on the phone with someone trying to explain to them what this is and why they should buy it if they're interested in it.
because I'm curious. Did like the movie? So say Rocket Man or Bohemian Rhapsody, for example. Did
Yeah,
those sorts of movies then drive people to go, Gonnie Elton John?
yeah, without a doubt. It's a few years ago. Do you remember the Elvis movie?
Yes.
Austin Butler. That gave a huge shot in the arms for Elvis memorabilia. I mean, it was Elvis memorabilia. I wouldn't say you had flatlined, but it wasn't as popular as it was before. And then you get something like the Elvis movie, which I loved. I thought it was brilliant. That absolutely reinvigorated Elvis collectability. I mean, so much so that we sold a pair of Elvis's Grand Prix sunglasses last year for £75,000.
Bad money.
It's wild. I love it though. I
I
love it.
do.
I'm invested.
Because I look at these
So
things and I went, I tell you what, if I had the money, I probably would.
That George Michael Faith jacket. So my mum is one of the biggest George Michael fans I think going.
Mm.
Every time I speak to her, oh, I love a bit of George, love a bit of George, me. And she said, oh, I saw the jacket was being sold on the news last week.
Yeah.
Like, so you're getting obviously coverage. She didn't actually tell me which news channel it was.
Good
So
Morning Britain.
okay.
Good Morning Britain. They're real. Richard's a real champion for Propstore, if I'm being honest. He loves what we do. We get on well with the booking agents, and often for them, it's a case of who approaches us first. It's either Good Morning Britain this morning or Lorraine, as it was then. You can't be on all three. So when we dropped the press release, which I think you guys got, or through
Yeah.
Felicity, when we dropped the press release, then it's the first one through the door. Um, but I, as much as I love doing the podcasts and for people and the TV, I love doing radio because for me, music is radio. That's when I first
Yeah.
heard music, and we did quite a lot today with Three Counties, and I've got the American stations lined up next week, which is fantastic. And when I say to people about it, it's 2 hours of talking, and by the end of it, you really really can't talk. It's because you're literally doing 10-minute slots, and it's constant. It is
Yeah.
bang 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 bang, and you're talking about. You've got to remember that even though you're talking about the same items all the time, that the people in the different regions in the US, you know, don't know that. For them, you've got to manage, and it's interesting how what they're interested in asking about changes going from east to west coast.
Really?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh, it's fascinating. I love it. What do they range from then? Is it based on where those artists have originated from, or
New York was very when we started with the New York stations, they were very Beatles orientated, etc. Then you go sort of like the Midwest, and that's a lot of your classic American bands, and also your Led Zeppelin is popular in, shall we say, the Midwest, and then you get out more West Coast. And I was quite surprised last year because West Coast just absolutely loved Oasis. They were mad.
really?
To coin a phrase, they were absolutely mad for it. I mean, really, really, really. It was. They did the Oasis pop up in Los Angeles was pound for pound the most financially successful of any of the Oasis pop-ups. I think the average spend was something like $280 for anybody who went through the
Oh,
door. And
wow.
you had queues of people trying to get in there. They were hugely, hugely phenomenal. You'd never ever say Oasis were popular in Los Angeles.
No.
I thought they were very
That's
British. I didn't think they broke outside of
No,
Britain
they
that
they
much, to be
did
honest. Yeah,
honestly. Last year they
fair
were
play.
huge over there, and I think that's something that in their heyday they never could accomplish. They really couldn't, you know, tie down huge success in America, but they embraced them this time, and I do think that's probably it does go to show a sad state for the music industry because as much as I do like Oasis, there's not really been any group since them that can hold a candle. If I'm no one. And
it's odd, isn't it?
yeah,
It's odd that you have all these huge momentous bands through the 60s, the 70s, the 90s, but
nothing.
now there's no, there really isn't, is there?
Well, I'll
It,
tell you the one that does do well for us, and it's a silly one, and my my head researcher Katie will never forgive me for saying this. Um, is One Direction. They're popular, and
Okay.
not in terms of an Oasis sort of popularity, but in terms of I mean, can you still call them a boy band? But their memorabilia is very, very sought after. We sold a t-shirt last year, and it was a Rolling Stones t-shirt that Harry wore on stage, and that sold for over £3,000.
oh my days. but it's definitely the generation of the solo artists now, though, isn't it? I
Oh
feel.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah,
Ed Sheeran obviously
yeah.
being a massive one, Lewis Capaldi. Um,
Taylor
I imagine
Swift.
little Taylor Swift, hugely, yeah, of
Oh
course.
yeah. Good luck with getting anything from Miss Swift. It's her management team are probably have got shares in most legal companies across the US. They're the most all we can do to get in for her is sign material, and that's it. We've tried. I mean, I've tried and tried and tried to get anything substantial in for Taylor Swift because again, it's she's one of the artists we get asked for a lot. Absolutely no chance. It is just hoovered up. And I can tell you a very quick story. We spoke to one of the photographers who took an album cover of hers, and I think it's the one that's got a chair on it. I'm not 100% sure on, but it's literally. I was so excited when I got the call that I was thinking, oh, Taylor's, we're going to get this, we're going to get props from the album shoot and stuff like that. How wrong was I? The only thing we got offered was the photographer's personal Polaroid camera that they used for continuity. Everything else was supplied, including, the cameras that we used for the shoot, the props, absolutely everything was supplied by the record management company and had to sign NDAs whereby, you know, they couldn't even talk about this until a certain period after the shoot had all been done, published, and they allowed them two photographs to put on their website to say they worked on it. That is it.
Oh my days.
That
That's
is just
mad.
how, they're and yet, weirdly, it's one of the reasons I love dealing with people like Zach Starkey, people like Ed Sheeran, is that they really appreciate they love their fan. One of the reasons that came to us was he was fed up of the fans being ripped off by, you know, fakes and stuff that wasn't right. And, at the end of the day, some of these fans spend a hell of a lot of money on this memorabilia.
Oh yeah.
And, for someone like Taylor Swift, huge, biggest fan base in the world probably at the moment. And, she's not really doing anything for the fans, which is a bit of a shame. And I'm not saying that they would spend silly money, but maybe put some of the stuff up for charity or give
Yeah.
fans a chance to actually own some of this.
Yeah. No, I absolutely agree with you.
Absolutely agree. 100%. Just quickly on the flip side of what Tom said with like Bohemian Rhapsody and Rocket Man and stuff like that. Obviously, being a Brummie, this was devastating for all of
Ozzy
us.
Osbourne,
Ozzy Osbourne, you've got some incredible Sabbath items in this auction
yeah,
as well.
yeah.
Like, is that garnered more of an interest from the Ozzy
I
and Sabbath side?
Yes, and I'm not a big believer in this cashing in on people's after they've
No.
passed away. And when Ozzy sadly did pass away, I was inundated with Ozzy items for about a month afterwards, and I turned all of them down. I
Good.
said, "Look,
Fair
Go
not
play.
on,
really
Mark.
interested at the moment. Come back to us in 3, 4 months, and we can talk about it," because it was people just looking to cash in to make
Yeah.
Yeah.
a quick buck. And I'm not, I had to think twice, in all honesty, about taking the John Lennon poster in, but it was just too historically important. If it was
Mm.
the Mark Chapman album, I wouldn't have taken it. But,
No.
the poster was slightly different. And so, yeah, Ozzy is, I think Ozzy, will he ever become, in terms of collectability, the next Freddie? Probably not, because of his, um, the groups were never as successful as Queen,
No.
but hugely, hugely loved and hugely collectible. I mean, it's just one of those things. He has got a real rock legacy, and most people won't hear a bad word said about him. He was genuinely meant to be a really, really good guy, and a lot of what he just had this larger than life persona. Biting the heads off bats and stuff like that. I mean, it's he probably shouldn't have done it, and he probably would have done himself more harm medically than he should have done. But it was, look, I'll probably get the Bat Protection Society complaining about what we're saying, but it's rock and it
No, I get what you mean.
you even if it's true or not, I mean it's you're not surprised to hear someone like Ozzy has done that. I mean, look, you wouldn't get Ed Sheeran doing it, put it that way.
No.
It's it was just an Aussie thing. And
Absolutely.
absolutely fantastic. I mean, there won't ever, bit like there won't ever be another Freddie. There won't ever be another Aussie, and
No.
they will try and replace him. Will Sabbath go on in various guises, etc. For me, I agree with in many ways with what John Deacon did with Queen. And once Freddie had passed away, as far as John was concerned, he did the tribute concert, and that was it. He totally walked away from it. And I think, something you couldn't replace Freddie, and as much as, in my opinion, you can't replace Ozzy. I mean, it's let his legacy live on for what he created.
Absolutely. 100%. But obviously, alongside the online auction, you're hosting a public exhibition at the Cumberland Hotel,
Yeah.
April 22nd till 25th.
Yep.
Obviously, you can't show all over 400 lots. So, what sort of things can people see at this?
Well, as you come in, I'll try and do the room. We've zoned the corners, or I've zoned the corners, put it that way. So when you come in on the right is the that corner is the Peter Hince collection, and there's the dressing gown there, the microphone, couple of nice photographs, a couple of some records. And one of the records we've got in is 7 inch for "We Will Rock You." That's the demo version, and it's the only it Peter believes it's the only known example that exists. So if you're a vinyl collector and a Queen fan, that is something that is really quite special. And then moving around the room, and I'll try and get this right. Then next to we've got the Notorious B.I.G. Biggie Smalls leather coat, and I think you realise just how big this guy was.
Oh, yeah.
It wasn't. He's not just Biggie in name, but he's Biggie in body. It's huge. I mean, absolutely massive. Um, then we move on to Ed Sheeran's costume, and then something a bit special, but again nice, because we do like to appeal to the feminine collector every now and then, but I have a feeling these won't go to a feminine collector, and that's four showgirls costumes for Little Mix, and they're proper saloon girl costumes. They're super. They're really cool, really really cool. And then in zone two, the zone two corner is sort of like the heavy rock section. So we've got Matt Sorum's drum kit from Guns N' Roses. We've got
Oh,
That's nice. There's a brilliant photo. If you come down, I'm going to take the photo. Matt in his garage, and he's got his red Corvette in the background, and he's posing in front of his drum kit. That's super cool. So we've got Matt Sorum's Guns N' Roses drum kit, the Slash guitar. And we've not even touched on that, but we've got Slash's guitar.
yeah, that's good.
How did we not touch on that? Yeah.
Don't start now. We've got the Slash guitar. Another one, a brilliant Nicky Six Motley Crue guitar, which was signed at Wembley a few years ago and given to our consigner. That's a great piece, and a Slash hat. It's and also limited edition Steve Jones guitar. Can't
Oh,
can't miss a bit of Pistols.
nope.
And a great top hat, which wasn't worn by Slash, but he's drawn a great picture on it and signed it. And then we're moving round to, I think we've got, just trying to think. Then we move on to the Beatles and the Oasis section. So we've got a suit from Ringo Starr, which is brilliant. We've got a leather jacket that Noel wore, a fur coat that George Harrison wore. That It's actually, he gets his mate Eric Clapton to carry it for him as they're getting off the private jet. But it's as you do.
As you do, yeah.
But it's got his it's got his name embroidered in it, and it's a great fur coat. And my favourite of that section is um the Wonderwall dress. So the poster for the Wonderwall single where she's standing in the background through a gold
Ooh.
picture frame.
Yes.
Yes.
This is the dress Anicha wore in for that shoot. And everybody says, oh, which model did they use and stuff like that. No, she was a receptionist at Creation Records. They just told her to jump on the tube and get there, bring her makeup.
That's incredible.
So that's brilliant. Along with some other Beatles stuff, we moved some of the cabinets. We've got original Paul McCartney lyrics for the song "Goodbye" that he wrote for Mary Hopkins, which is brilliant. We've got the set list, handwritten set list, and signed on the reverse for the Beatles' second appearance on the Ed Sullivan Show,
Oh,
which is
wow.
brilliant. Um, some George Harrison music notes for While My Guitar Gently Weeps. They're really nice. Again, great selection of Oasis handwritten items by Noel with some amazing signed stuff. And then we in between that there's two Michael Jackson fedoras. And then we move on to the George Michael section, which is his Faith jacket, a George Armani suit that he wore for I forget which tour it was, a later tour, um, which is I forget, not the live. It is a lot. I think it's not. It's called Live, the tour that he did. But the George Michael's suit, um a Careless Whisper. It's the demo disc which was done at the House Studios, which is great. And hopefully, and we've got a bit of an additional lot, so I can give you guys a heads up. And we don't normally like to add lots once it's locked and done, but you can have the exclusive. Well, I don't know when this is going out, so you might need to double check. But
Okay.
we, we've actually got the original drawings and designs in for the La Rocca jacket from La Rocca themselves.
Wow.
So the original designs with the BSA and the logo on the back and the studs on the jacket.
Oh, my days.
We've got the original designs from the person who drew it and designed the jacket coming in, so they're going to be added as an A lot. Fingers crossed.
Yeah, everything crossed.
But yeah, no, they just got in touch literally when they saw the jacket was coming up for auction and said, "Well, is it too late to put these in?" Normally, I would say yes, it is too late, and we'll keep them for the October auction. But the, I'm never going to get the opportunity to put these with the jacket again.
No.
So I think
Absolutely.
whoever buys the jacket will probably be interested in the designs, and they're really cool. It's super cool. It's a bit like I'll go when I said about Herman the pig. That actually comes with a massive book. It's not like a scrapbook, but it's got everything in for that concert. It's got the stage plans, it's got setup details, it's got all the technical things you need to know about Herman, about where he's blown up and what. See, it's amazing. I mean, the book is
What?
worth the money on its own.
That's wild. That's absolutely amazing. It really is. Like some of these items are just incredible. And like you say, some of these things will mean so much to someone. Like that
Oh,
song, that album, that
yeah,
tour really helped them on a personal
yeah,
level. And just to own that, it just will mean
yeah.
so much. I think it's
Oh, it
amazing.
would. And I always try and keep it that there is something for everyone. It's not for the people with, the collectors, the fans with deep pockets. I always like to include, you know, at least 20, 30 pieces of what I call entry level.
Mm.
Um, which starts at £100, which starts at £200. I mean, they don't always finish at that price. I mean, we had a teapot signed by Noel Gallagher in last year's auction, as you do.
As you do.
And, when you get to the popularity of Noel, all you got to do is mention a brand on the radio and you're inundated. And Noel mentioned that he liked Yorkshire tea. So the marketing department got in touch with him and said, "Oh, it's really good. We've got these teapots. Would you sign them for charity? And we'll just send you shed loads of tea." So he said, "Yeah." But
Phenomenal.
the teapots are really collectible. They're just a red teapot with Yorkshire tea on it, and Noel signed a handful of them. Well, I can honestly tell you that we did an exhibition at the Cumberland the year before last, not last year, the year before last, and nearly all the Oasis fans, and I'm probably going to say 90%, all of them wanted to have a photo taken with this teapot.
It's insane.
And it started at, the start price was 300, but we knew it was going to do real, and it sold for over 3,000 in the end.
Oh, wow.
And it's
That's
just one of those
mental.
things that it was just so popular. Everybody wanted, and a teapot.
Yeah.
What a great bit of branding for, you can see why some of these companies do it. I mean,
Oh yeah.
it is, a great
Oh,
selling point.
I love it so much.
I mean, he's not wrong. Yorkshire tea is the best tea anyway, so I'm fully with him there.
Oh, Mark, I feel like we could talk to you all bloody day with all these
Yeah, I
incredible
agree.
stories.
Yeah.
But I'm just intrigued now because you've talked about all these incredible items, like artists you've said yourself you love. Have you ever put a bid in on any of these?
I bid on, and we are allowed to. We get charged the full rate, same as everybody else. I put a bid in, and it was purely from an investment point of view. In all that, because I thought we'd put it in, and that was the Oasis banner from Nebworth last year.
Mm.
It was in at 1,000 to 2,000, so I'd put a bid in the low thousands, thinking, "Oh, I might have a chance of winning this." And it wasn't one of the cute. We've got another banner in this year from the Live 25, which was the first concert at Cardiff, which is huge. This
Yeah.
one was probably 2 meters by about 4 meters, so it was sort of manageable. And it was the Oasis logo. It was Nebworth. It was from the tour. It was a great piece. Yeah, I got blown out the water 25 grand later, and so I got away
Oh,
with it.
Ow! I,
jeez.
oh my God, this is amazing. I love these stories. I really do.
That's great. Absolutely great.
Oh, absolutely incredible. But before we get out of here, a question I do like to ask, looking back at your incredible career that you've done with the prop store so far, are there any like not particular items, sorry, that stand out to you? One or two that you've just been like, I can't believe I got to work with this.
One to finish on, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Freddie Mercury's bright yellow flight case from Live Aid. And when you see it, it's the one, again, we photo matched it. It's the one that sits next to him on the stage at Live Aid. And it's there. Now, Live Aid was very topical and poignant for me because I could have gone. We actually I was working in Greenford, my dad's company, and we had a girl, one of the girls who worked for a secretary called Karen. Her dad was head of security at Wembley, and she came. And what you guys, because you're too young, don't remember, is everybody was so fed up with Bob Geldof by then. It was, people just didn't want to hear it, and I'm just being honest here.
That's fine.
I've heard that before, yeah.
It was, they didn't want it, and Karen come in and said, "Oh, there's like Dad's got loads of spare tickets for the concert on Saturday. If you want to go, just let me know, and I'll bring them in." And everybody, "Oh, no, leave off, Karen. And what do I want to go to that for?" And stuff like that. Because I think the other thing, if you remember at the time, the weather was brilliant. It was
Mm.
absolutely baking hot. It was amazing. And yeah, so never went. As it was, I spent all day in, curtains drawn to stop the sun, watching it. And, I can remember now seeing it and being totally blown away by Queen. I mean, like everybody, they just absolutely stole the show. And I always remember seeing Freddie and this yellow thing next to him to the piano. And then to get the call last year, no, not like no, year before last, to get the call to say, oh, I wonder if you'd be interested, but I've got this flight case which I think Freddie used at Live Aid, and it's just been sitting in my storage. No, weirdly, that where it was in storage was about half an hour from where we were. So I said I couldn't wait to see it. I said, look, I'll jump in the car and I certainly love to see it. And yeah, absolutely bang on. It'd been used for not just Live Aid, but it was used for the Queen right up until they finished with the Works tour and the Kind of Magic. And it was to see it was absolutely amazing. I mean, it
Oh my
really,
God.
really was. It sold for. I think if it came to market, it sold for 60,000, which is probably a record for a flight case. But if it came to market now, 2 years, I think you'd probably get more than that.
Yeah,
I was
It
going to
was
say.
it was just and everything about it worked for us. We had pictures we had the video from Live Aid. We had pictures of Freddie at the white piano with this case literally sitting next to the piano. So we had all the shots of and it was just one of those pieces that it photo matched really easily because of the marks on the case. And it just stood out because it was bright yellow. It was, it turned out that each band member had their own color. And I know Freddie's was yellow, but then I probably got it wrong. But John's was blue, Brian's was red, and Roger's was green. And that the roadies, obviously, for each individual person, that was their stuff. But when you look at Freddie with his yellow jackets and if you had to guess which color was Freddie's, you'd have said.
yeah.
That's incredible. I meant to mention, isn't there a signed Live Aid program or something
There
in
is
this?
that's from Live Aid stuff is very popular. I mean, really, really popular. Last year we sold a ticket, a program, a t-shirt, and I think a car park pass. And that surprised me. That was an unsigned program. That sold for 5,000.
Wow.
It's because people like me is look back at, I think we've all got our own memories of Live Aid.
Yeah.
Just think it's one of those events that happened in the world that people actually remember where, a bit like when, oh yeah, of course I remember where I was when Kennedy died. I think people remember where they were when Live Aid happened. And I think it's one of those real pivotal rock and roll moments that, it was just this at the end, despite all, Bob Geldof jumping up and down, it was just one of these rock and roll celebrations that everybody remembers where they were. And yeah, one of the things I do look out for is Live Aid stuff. And the brochure we've got it's signed by nearly everybody who took part in the UK. It's got according to our experts, it's got one of the best set of Queen signatures they've ever seen. And it's like they really took the time to sign it, which you don't often get. But it's yeah, it's a special piece.
It's incredible. Oh, I could seriously be here for hours. Mr. Stevens, do you have any more questions for our incredible guest?
I do. I have one more, even though that was an unbelievable question to finish on. When you first started out your journey, obviously in with comic books, and you had the offer for the Alien movie and that sort of stuff, and then getting into the prop store, did you ever think this is where you'd be today?
What, on a podcast with two old men?
Yeah.
What are you trying to say? I wasn't around when Live Aid happened. But no, I mean, like your journey that you've taken to get to where you are, to do what you do now with the people that you work with, sort of thing. Come on, Mark.
Do you know, I always thought I'd do something in even when I said to you, like, I always wanted to work in entertainment and stuff like
Yeah.
that. I always thought I would end up doing something, and it was more likely to be Crime Watch or something like that. But It was. I genuinely always did think I would do something like this, and I think it. You read a lot about some of the pitfalls of social media and how it can be quite toxic. But I think what you guys do, and a lot of podcasters and a lot of these type of programs, I, I, I think it shows a really positive side to what social media can do, and I don't think there's enough spoken about that. I know I think I've had a great over hour and a half now, and to be honest, I could go on, but it's not. I'll happily set something else up if you want to do it, but it's. I think it's a real positive thing when it's presented the way that you guys do it.
Oh, thank you.
Appreciate you.
That
Really
means a
appreciate
lot.
No,
Thank
no,
you
no,
so much.
genuinely, I've really enjoyed
it.
that.
Appreciate it.
I've really enjoyed it, and I think it's a good thing, and I hope you get more viewers and more posts because of that, and I hope it goes on to be what they call viral. I mean, it goes, fingers crossed.
We can but hope.
But it's no, I do think it's, and I think that's one of the things for people like me who, would have liked to have done something in films, TV, music, etc., even though they haven't got an ounce of talent. And this gives you the opportunity to do it.
Yeah.
You can do, and it's a bit like I sometimes look at some of these podcasts and you see some of the mainstream entertainers and you think, how has he got a job? And there's a certain Ramesh Ranganathan, and like, how on earth is he on TV? Seriously, yeah, we listened to him in the car on Saturday, and and you just think, do you know, you're getting paid a lot of money, and you're terrible. And and yet you see so many, genuinely charismatic and talented people on these podcasts. And that's not you two, by the way.
Oh, cheers.
And they
Thank you, mate.
they really come, you think, why aren't these people, why aren't they on TV? Why aren't they got a bigger audience? But I do think that social media can certainly open the doors for stuff like that. And that's why I love doing it. I speak my mind. I have to be careful what I do say sometimes. But it's I I love doing it. I love doing stuff like this. Love doing this. Love doing radio. People say to me, "Oh, because when we do This Morning or Good Morning Britain or some of the BBC, it's live." And people say, "Do you not get nervous doing live TV?" And I say, no. At the end of the day, that you're just talking to someone.
Yeah.
Conversation at the end of the day.
Yeah, it is. And I think it's, you two have come across really well in terms of you've made me feel at ease straight away and stuff like that. And I think that's a talent in itself. I really
Thank
do.
you.
I think if you get somebody at ease, then, you can have conversations like this.
Yeah.
Make an hour and a half seem like 12 hours.
Yeah. We've had it with like Jennifer Batten, Michael Jackson's guitarist. So we had her on about 3 years ago now. And, she was meant to be at a show. So she was like, oh, I can only give you so long, to the point where her phone started ringing because people were like, where are you?
Yeah. You do lose track though sometimes. It's when you do stuff like this and you think, blimey, where has the time gone? Because we haven't spoken about Slash's guitar.
Shockingly.
About David Bowie's unseen photographs. We've not touched on any of that.
I know.
We're definitely going to have to do this again, aren't we?
We definitely are.
I'd really enjoy that. I mean, it's even if it's you could do an after auction special to see how my stuff didn't actually reach the prices that it did, why it didn't, and what's wrong with the market and stuff like that. But yeah,
don't know what a teapot. I couldn't get rid of it.
Yeah, good or bad. But yeah, no, look, honestly, it's been really good talking to you guys.
Thank you, Mark. It's been an absolute pleasure. It's been so much fun. Really, really enjoyed listening to the stories.
See you
Mark,
soon. Have a good
pleasure.
evening.
You
Thank
too.
you
Look
very
after
much.
yourself,
I
fella.
really genuinely enjoyed it. Thank you.
Same. Thank you
Thanks
so
very
much.
much.
Have a great evening.
Bye-bye,
See you
Jamie.
soon.
Bye,
Take care.
Tom.
Thank you so much,
Bye
Mark.
bye, mate. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the 211th edition of the Chronicles of Podcast, the Chronicles of the Prop Store. Yeah, that's right. You heard right. We have Mark Hochman in from the Prop Store this week to talk all about the auction they've got going on currently right now. So make sure you go and get bidding. Get bidding on some Queen merch, some David Bowie bits and pieces. Slash's guitar is there. George Michael's jacket.
Lots of
So
cool stuff.
so if you haven't checked out the interview with Mark from the Prop Store, I highly suggest you go and do that right now. No, now because this is us we're waiting for you. All right, okay. We won't start the show till you come back. All right, so I'll see you in about an hour and a half. Anyway, if you could all turn to chapter 35, please, for today. I feel that a lot of people will be doing this once some certain people in this universe cease to exist. Not that we'd ever wish death upon anybody in any way, shape, or form, but I feel at this current point in time that maybe it wouldn't hurt the world so badly.
Very
So,
pleased to.
thank you. Are we all ready? What is happening here? Something's going on that's not quite clear. Somebody, turn on the lights. We're gonna have a party. And it's starting tonight. Oh, what a feeling when we're dancing on the ceiling. Oh, what a feeling when we're dancing on the ceiling.
That took me far too long to click onto what that song was there.
But, I mean, how do you even do that?
With great difficulty.
Unless you're Spider-Man, you are fucked. Yeah.
I'm pretty certain Lionel Richie managed it in the music video, so it must be possible.
He did. He had gravity boots.
There you go. Then
I don't know. He had yeah. I imagine they had him dancing and they just flipped it upside down is what I imagine they probably did. That's probably the only way you can actually dance on the ceiling. So, or it's just some optical illusion. You know how people go to these museums and it's like the tables and the chairs are up there, and then they're absolutely huge, but you're tiny, and you're like, what the fuck? And it's just all an optical illusion because things are way closer or further away than they actually are. So yeah, I feel that was a very prevalent piece to bring for today.
And another banger, I must say. I remember I had that song in my head for like a week once.
So for those, obviously, we weren't recording at this point, so you wouldn't have known. Me and Jamie were setting the show up, and I kept saying, I'm really trying hard not to sing the song. Because I kept looking at the lyrics and going like, oh, what a feat in my head. And I was like, no, stop. Jamie, I discovered a piece of news. It's from a couple of years ago, and I went, surely that's not real.
I love these.
Right? This is genuinely real. And as cool as fuck as it is, it's also genius.
Okay.
We must bow to the people of Finland for this genius idea. In Finland, reindeer antlers are painted with reflective paint for safety. Now, imagine encountering this on your first night there. They look like they've got massive fucking lightsabers on their head. It's the most amazing thing I've ever seen in my life.
What the
Full
fuck?
on. Like, I think in Greek mythology or some sort of mythology, there are 4 reindeer with specially coloured antlers. I'm pretty sure it's in God of War, so it's got to be something. But anyway. Yes, this is true. Reindeer antlers and fur have been painted with reflective glow-in-the-dark spray in Finland to improve safety. The initiative aims to reduce the high number of collisions between vehicles and reindeer, which is a significant problem, particularly during the dark winter months. The Reindeer Herders Association in Lapland began testing this method around 2014 to curb the roughly 4,000 traffic accidents involving reindeer annually, according to reports. The paint is applied to the antlers and sometimes fur, and is designed to reflect car headlights, making the animals highly visible to drivers at night. It looks like the power of fucking Thor's coming out their head. While the paint is effective, it is not used on all reindeer and is considered a tool for improved visibility rather than a complete solution. The spray is designed to be durable in different weather conditions. While the practice is real, viral social media images sometimes show heavily glowing or neon coloured, almost magical looking antlers, which are often enhanced or digitally art rather than what is visible to the naked eye. The measure is meant to protect both the reindeer and motorists, especially during November and December when road conditions are poor and visibility is incredibly low. Mental.
That's mental.
Yeah.
I can't believe there's that many fucking road accidents involving reindeer.
I can imagine
Mad.
that they don't actually pen them in anywhere, not like here. Health and safety. I imagine they just get to Frome? Don't go to Frome, that's near Bath. You don't need to go there, which is actually pronounced Froome, but still. I imagine they get to just roam the streets and the lands as they live there as well, sort of thing, rather than when we do is just go, we're going to pen you in here. You can't leave. This is your field now, Dave.
Dave's the reindeer.
You know what I mean? No, that's not the reindeer. I was talking about here. But I imagine Klaus and Hans in Finland get to just walk around as much as they like and enjoy the festivities of Finland. And, you know, I don't think they mean to kill people.
No, they're probably just going about their business and be like, oh shit, what's that? But
you know the song "Guns Don't Kill People" rappers do over here.
Yes,
I imagine it's "Cars Don't Kill People," reindeers do over in Finland.
That's a cover version I need to hear.
Yeah. Cars don't kill people, reindeers do. Yeah, get it with me, slat beer. Come on, dance with me.
But this must be confusing for humans, yes. But how fucking confusing must this be for the reindeer? Some of
they
the
look at each
are
other
like,
like,
shit, the fuck?
Yeah. Oh, like they're like the fucking neon lights. You know, it's like like they're a sign or something. But it literally looks like they could have full on fights with their antlers, and it looked like a massive late sight. Jesus Christ, I cannot speak tonight. An actual lightsaber fight. It'd be fucking sick. Just watching it, you could put over music over the top, like ding 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 ding. It'd be so cool.
That's incredible.
But yeah, it was. I just saw the photo. I was like, "There's no way."
It's one of those ones. It makes complete sense, but it is utter bonkers at the same time.
It's just highly genius, in my opinion.
Yeah, so I can't decide if this is dumb as fuck or brilliant. It's
definitely
so
not dumb
weird.
as fuck. It's definitely not dumb as fuck. It's definitely not dumb. I imagine more people would die if they couldn't actually see, but you'd probably shit your pants at just the sight. You know, just if it's just the antlers. Like, what the fuck is that?
I think there's probably more accidents. We go, what the fuck? Steering off the road.
But I just thought it was cool as fuck. I got a photo I'll send you as well.
Brilliant. I love that. That's absolutely. I'm intrigued if that has actually helped with road traffic accidents involving reindeers.
Well, they've now been trying it for 12 years, so I'd imagine there's got to be something, positive coming out of it. So they say it's been tested. This was a news story from 2 years ago, so and it's on BBC as well. So it's absolutely everywhere.
Love it.
Yeah.
If anyone Finnish is watching this, please tell us if you ever stumbled across this in the middle of the night, because it sounds like a genius story. I want to know.
Imagine you're sat watching TV, eating whatever they eat in Finland, like I don't know, lots of fish and stuff, just chilling out, and like someone just fucking walks past. It's just like illuminating fucking, and you're like, "Was ist das?" I'm not German, but like, what the fuck? Just strolling past the window, mental.
That is crazy.
Right. We all know, right, that we love Shrek the movie. It's probably one of our favourite movies ever.
Of course.
Right? Of course. Did you know, and I had to research this as well, this is also genuine, we all adore and love the movie Shrek. Have you ever wanted to go to a Shrek rave?
There's a Shrek rave.
The Shrek Rave is a viral touring dance party and immersive event that transforms venues into The Swamp. With heavy electronic music, live performances, and high energy Shrek themed activities. Originally started in LA as a fundraising event by founder Jordan Craig, it became a global sensation with millions of views on TikTok.
Hey.
The event is often described as unhinged and ironic, catering to both die-hard fans and casual partygoers who enjoyed the absurdity of the theme. DJs play a mix of techno, house, EDM, drum and bass, and heavily remixed tracks from the Shrek soundtrack. Live performers, including Shrek, Donkey, and Princess Fiona, often perform West End-style renditions of iconic hits like All Star and I'm a Believer. Expect green-themed production, with 360-degree animations, laser shows, and confetti showers. Signature activities include onion eating contests, Far, Far Away Idol singing competitions, and best dressed prizes. Attendees are highly encouraged to wear green or dress as their favourite characters, ranging from the Three Little Pigs to Lord Farquaad. The Shrek Grave continues to tour internationally throughout 2026. Some dates are for specific Shrek Rave UK events, while others are global. Currently, it'll be in Cape Town, South Africa tomorrow night, as this comes out tonight. It's in London at Troxy on the 14th of November, if you want to go. Tickets are 20 quid. And it's also in Sweden, an underground rave style at a place called Monument in Gothenburg.
This is incredible.
So since its beginning, the Shrek Rave has been intriguing audiences across the globe. Based on the second highest grossing animated series of all time, the first Shrek Rave took place in Los Angeles in March 2022. The night began to raise more for the founder's sister after she was a victim of a robbery and assault. Following the success of the first rave, which raised 10 grand, founder Jordan Craig, known as KA5SH, took the Shrektacular night to New York, and since then the event has gone worldwide. It's called a frenzy in every country it's reached. It sees thousands in attendance arrive adorned in their best Shrek costumes, showcasing their favourite characters. The underground circus attracts people from all walks of life, with multiple videos going viral online. The hashtag ShrekRave has hit over 27 million times on TikTok.
Fuck.
The global sensation is now touching down in Dublin. That's the next up after South Africa. The DJs will be kicking things into Ogre Drive and playing Shrek hits and party bangers all night long. They'll be joined by the Shrekcellent performers to keep you entertained throughout the night. Get ready for I Believer sing-alongs, Shrek giveaways, and Shrek-themed drinks. Come dress as your favourite Shrek character, and the Ogre Achievers will have the chance to walk away with the best dress prizes. Fucking amazing.
The puns are superb.
I know, I thought you'd enjoy those. I was looking for them. I was like, I'm pretty sure they're on here somewhere. But yeah, they've invented a Shrek grave just because his sister got burgled and attacked and assaulted, and then made fuck loads of money out of it now for charity.
I've never in my life have I ever been interested in going to a rave. It sounds like my idea of hell, but that I want to go to. That sounds
It sounds like a lot of fun.
incredible.
Yeah, it really does.
Go to a rave and have an onion eating contest. Like, what the fuck?
Oh, you wouldn't be able to pull after that, would you?
Oh, God, no. Oh.
Right, love. No.
Guess what? I just fucking won. Not my number. Piss off.
Have you seen the Muffin Man? Yeah, he's right here, love. Here you go. A bit of a Muffin Man here for you. But yeah, I thought that was fucking insane. So literally 2 stories today where I was like, there's no way.
That's incredible.
Like, oh no, that generally is a thing.
That's amazing. I don't think 20 quid a ticket as well. That's a bargain.
Bargain. I don't know if there's like different like calibers of. I don't know. I've never been to a rave, so I can't really. I think I envision like Kevin and Perry sort of thing. But that soundtrack for Kevin and Perry was unbelievable. What a film!
I'm so glad it's not just me. If someone says a rave, I literally picture the clubs in Kevin and Perry because I have no other form of reference.
Nope. All I want to do is do it. Big girl. Oh, so good. But there are some bangers in that film. I need to go back and check that soundtrack out because there's such good songs in there that I've forgotten all about, like dance songs where I'm like, oh my God, this is amazing.
It is great. I've seen that in so many.
You're not my fellow DJ.
You're Arbor Paul. What a fucking film.
So good.
Oh, absolute legends. I also have discovered something this week that has just captured my imagination because it's just full of whimsy and beauty, and it comes from your home country, sir. It comes from Scotland because there is a mystery artist known as a Sign of Humour in Glasgow. I don't know if you've ever heard of this.
Nope.
They literally secretly put up fake street signs across Glasgow. They've got a website you can go to. It's a signofhumour.com. But I've picked a couple of my favourite ones on there because they just had me howling. The best one has got to be, I always forget the name of it, the statue with everyone puts a traffic cone on it.
Yeah.
There's a sign outside of it that put it just says, warning, there must be a road cone on this statue at all times.
I saw a video of someone put one up there and everyone was like going mental and cheering, being like everything's finally back to normal. Incredible.
Because there's just a road sign that says Park Drive. They put one above it that says confidence is a preference of the habitual voyeur of what is known as Park Drive. Fucking brilliant. There's nothing more dangerous than a Glaswegian with a library card put outside the library. Just a normal one-way sign. They've just put the rest of the lyrics to the Blondie song underneath it. And a couple more really made me laugh. Public service notice: always try to be yourself, unless you're a dick, in which case try being someone better, which is put on a bridge.
Love that.
And a roundabout sign: you spin me right round, baby, right round, like a record, baby, round, 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 round. So this person is just going around Glasgow, just putting these signs in random fucking places.
Does no one know who it is?
No one knows who it is. They've got a website, like they've got their names on all the logos, so they know it's them, but no one ever sees them do it. No one has a clue who it is. Fucking genius.
Jack, where are you going? Nowhere, Mum. Why? What's all that stuff in your bag? No, nothing, Mum. It's nothing. I tell you, it's 3 bloody o'clock in the morning, love. Where are you going? I'm gonna go pick up some chips. Yeah, that's what I'm doing. From Valentino's down the road. Yeah, because I'm hungry and I couldn't sleep, and I don't know why I've got a Yorkshire accent because I'm Glaswegian. It's fucking weird. This I realised about halfway through the joke that I've got the wrong accent on. And I thought, bloody hell, Mum's gonna really be concerned that I've now turned English out of nowhere. It's so fucking weird. This, but I'm going down Italian Valentino's to get fucking fries. I'm hungry. That's what I'm doing. Well, what you got the fucking bag for? Because to transport the fries. There's a lot of fries involved here. Yeah, that's what I'm doing.
I love these. These people never get caught. Like Banksy. How long did he go without being caught? Like, how? What are they doing?
Isn't he like some old guy now? Everyone's like, oh, boring.
Yeah, they found out who he is, expecting him to be some young guy when he's been going for like 30 years. Like, he obviously won't be a young guy.
Yeah,
Jesus
I
Christ.
hate people. Oh, he's not cool. He's over the age of 50. Yes, I'm not interested. What a load of shit that is. No, it's fucking amazing. How would you like to go with that anonymity for that long? It's like the who's the V for Vendetta people? Is it Anonymous?
Yes.
Like no one knows the fact they are right now.
Nope.
Like, they'll probably get unmasked and they'll be in their 70s and they'll be like 50 years later, be like, fucking hell, boring. It's like that's how age works, you twat.
I thought there'd be young little whippersnappers.
Yeah.
Just
Look
hurl
at
abuse
Strokes.
at the youth.
Look at strokes on that artwork. Beautiful. That's normally a 25-year-old there, not a 56-year-old. No, fucking hell. I know my shit. That's all I can say. I'm educated. I know my shit. The strokes at 56-year-old a bit wobbly.
But yeah, it just blows my mind how these people are never caught. Like, surely someone sees them do it. They must do.
Their mates must. Do you reckon they tell their mates? No, they can't because I think as soon as you tell one person, everyone fucking knows.
Oh yeah, 100%. Someone's going to slip up or something.
But I really hate it when people are like, "Oh, what a bastard!" in front of everybody else, and they go, "What's going on?" They go, "None of your business." But they're openly talking about it in front of you. Like, hate that shit. Don't just fucking talk about it later. Then, if you're not gonna, don't be that person. You know what I mean? I don't care, but don't start being like, "Fucking, I can't believe rammed it up his ass." And then you're like, "You what?" And you're like, "Oh, it's not for you. It's none of your business." That, right? So, What? Okay.
Oh, never mind, you wouldn't be interested. I wouldn't be fucking asking if I weren't interested.
Yeah, just like why, it's always like the most mental stories, and you kind of like miss the end of it, and then people are laughing loads, and you're like, oh, okay, what's going on? Oh, you don't matter, you wouldn't care anyway. Yeah, all right. Well, this is now awkward as fuck because I'm now sat here while you're all chatting. Yeah, it happened today. That's why I brought it up.
Ah, fair
Um,
enough.
yeah. So I think I walked into the staff room and they were like, "Oh, I'm still not happy with you," to one of my colleagues, and he was like, "Oh," and he laughed about it and shrugged, and then I was like, "Oh, everything all right?" And they were like, "Don't worry about it." Like, okay, like
Just a bit of context.
just
Yeah,
weird. Like, yeah, it's almost like they made a point of talking about it. Do you know what I mean? That's what
yeah.
annoys me.
Oh, yeah.
So still, yeah, but that is amazing. I love that.
Fucking brilliant. Absolutely
I love
brilliant.
the idea of them putting signs that send people the wrong way into like, yeah, brilliant. But
Oh, that'd be
sat
brilliant. That would.
but sat navs have kind of killed that now, haven't they? It says Canary Drive, but I'm here down Loftus Road. Well, I don't get it. Um, so yeah. Anyway, Jamie,
Anyway.
it's time for Callum Streetches.
Oh.
It's time for Columns Treaches.
So Callum is back. He apologises for the fact that he didn't get anything in last week. He's very sorry to you all for the people that are here for him. And he's going to make it up to you right now. Jamie, what is Callum treating us this week?
Wisdom used to come with age because stupid people used to die early.
Nice. Do stupid people still die early? Like, is that still a thing?
I guess it depends on the level of stupidity, really.
Don't you feel that social media has completely rewired everybody?
Oh, yeah, 100%.
Like,
100%.
it's rewired everyone now. No one's, like we said in the interview we did last night, no one's got an attention span anymore.
Nope.
It's really odd, isn't it?
And I find older people using social media tend to be more gullible. So they'll read something and they're like, oh, that's definitely true.
Yeah.
No, it isn't, Doris. No, it isn't.
Yeah, that's the problem now. That's the problem now with the internet and with social media and everything. This is that anyone can say whatever the fuck they want. I mean, Twitter is just an absolute shithole.
Yep.
That sort of thing. One of my friends at work is still on it. And every time he goes on it, I'm like, come off it. Come on. Come on, David. You know you don't want to be on. I know, but I just need. Why am I going to read something like this? Like, find it somewhere else.
Don't
Go on
read it.
Reddit.
Yeah.
Yeah, just ignore that. The fact that I watched Daddy and he was talking about it, obviously Musk and Twitter, and that he opened up the blue tick to whoever wanted it. So everybody made fucking fake pages of everything. Starbucks, like, and started like shitting all over the company by putting fake posts out. Some of them were quite funny. But then obviously they started fucking around people and messing around with everybody else's lives and stuff, and it just all got a bit. So he invented the gold tick. It's like, why didn't you just leave it as it was? Why did you have to turn it into so? And then they found that people who shit on Musk or who blocked Musk then got more of his posts, and it was horrific, absolutely horrific. But
Yeah.
yeah, I feel that wisdom now. I feel that people. I think technology is definitely fucking with a lot of people now. Social media is definitely fucking with a lot of people that now everyone's got no attention span.
Nope.
Apart
Attention
from people
spans are
that don't
fucked. Yeah.
use social media. It's crazy. I want to make a joke out of it, but I can't because it's
No,
just
it's very true. This is the problem. But I think obviously wisdom does come with age in some sense, like life experiences and things like that.
of course.
But I do find a lot of the time, because of the way the world's evolving, young people seem to know more about what's going on than older people do.
Also, this annoys the hell out of me. Amazon obviously can get same day delivery, and now Tesco have invented Whoosh, where you get your food in 20 minutes
I've
or
never
whatever,
heard
30
this.
minutes,
Okay.
whatever. So Tesco have now got something called Whoosh, where it's meant to be fast service delivery. That is now a massive issue in the sense that people want everything now.
Yep.
There's no waiting anymore. Do you remember how you used to wait? You have to wait a week for a TV show, and you got one episode a week, and you have to wait 24 weeks or 30 weeks or whatever for each episode. And sometimes it wasn't on a certain week because of the sporting event or whatever was going on. It's like we had to wait for shit. Now you don't.
No.
Now you have to wait for nothing.
You can have whatever you want whenever you want it these days.
It's absolutely wild, man. The way things work now is insane.
It's one of them things, and it's a double-edged sword. Part of me's like, fuck yeah, I ain't gonna wait. And then another part of me's like, we've just all lost patience because we don't need to wait for anything anymore. It's like, is it a good thing or is it a bad thing?
It's crazy to me, man. It's absolutely crazy to me. But yeah, I agree. People are getting smarter in the sense of that they're using, like you say, the younger people are now more in tune with what's going on because of the platforms that they use, and the older people are falling for it more. But social media and technology has rewired fucking everybody.
And I
It's
find our
absolutely,
generation's in that weird middle ground where we know the world or we don't have all this, but we're young enough to know how to navigate the new side of things. So it's like we're in a perfect little area here. I like it.
yeah,
Quite like it here. Yeah.
not for much longer, mate.
Oh no, the way it keeps developing, not for much fucking longer. No,
That big 4-0's coming.
don't I know it?
How you feeling?
I don't care, to be honest. I've never been one that dwells on my age. I don't
I
really
wonder if he like hits the 40 and he's turned to like a miserable motherfucker. Like he's completely,
probably. Yeah.
I mean, and he's got 10 years of that. When you hit 50, you turn to something else. Like, that'd be hilarious.
Going back to Kevin and Perry again, of like that episode where he turned 16. Was it 13? I can't remember what age he turns, but he's like a normal, happy child, and then suddenly becomes a
13,
teenager.
yeah.
It's like,
Yeah.
I'll do that if I'm 40-year-old. I'll just go miserable.
He's become a teenager.
But what else, Jamie, is Callum teaching us this week?
They should have days in art galleries where all the paintings are turned upside down for a different perspective.
Oh, I do. That's not a bad shout, that. But I
quite
love
like
the
that.
idea of someone turning a painting around. People like, it's an orthonological piece. You know, they still give their fucking thing on it, but it's just upside down. Do you know what I mean? And the guys to give some spiel. You can really see where the painter thought it'd be better to paint him on. This is Lionel Richie. He's dancing on the ceiling. This is literally dancing. So we didn't think anybody could do it, but by God, Van Gogh has done it. Look at them flowers in the vase. How do they even stay in there? It's a beautiful piece. You know, how he's really swayed with the brush. Banksy is shitting himself, but we all think Banksy's shit because he's over 50. Fucking hell. Well, Van Gogh is dead. You almost hate this shit.
I was gonna say, I wonder how many people, like you say, would think that was how the original painting was done, and how many would go, "That's upside down."
I love the idea. You know that stupid pencil, its tip, and that gets turned around. People go, "Just a fucking pencil." I mean, you know what I mean? It just makes it shit because it's the right way up.
Are we going to have to peel this banana off the wall and turn it upside down now?
Just put the tape the other way.
I still can't fucking believe that was a thing.
That is wild. I just, that Italian guy must be like, oh, her richness tastes so beautiful.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? It just fucking just taped a fucking banana to a frame and became a millionaire overnight.
Bonkers.
Wild, man. So wild.
But you know, you get those like paintings where it's where literally someone's just gone like with a paintbrush.
Yeah.
That wouldn't look any fucking different, would it, if you turned it upside down?
No.
It just looked the exact same.
I might fucking do a painting in Ariel washing liquid
Why not?
with Lenore. That smell nice.
It would smell really nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And just throw about, I don't know, just call it the unwashed.
Oh, ironic name. I like it.
Exactly.
I
And
like
then make
it, yeah.
millions out of it. There you go. Hashtag Tom Stevens. Copyright Tom Stevens. Copyright the Chronicles of Podcast. So nobody can steal my idea. Because that'd probably sell for like £1 down road. Yeah. Happy with that.
I'll be happy enough just to get money back on my Ariel and my comfort.
On my area, it's fucking $11.99. So you know what I mean? Yeah. Making just under 10% back, 9% back. I'm happy with that. But yeah, I love if some bullshit curator was trying to explain it to somebody, even though they knew the right way, it was the wrong way around or something, and they're trying to explain how the strokes or the brush patterns or whatever. You know, we really hate art on this show, don't we?
I don't hate art. I hate art fans because they're pompous arseholes.
Okay. It reminds me of the Simpsons episode of Homer makes the barbecue but fucks it. And then tries to get rid of it and it smashes someone's car and she's like, oh my God, this is beautiful. Yeah, hilarious. Ah, that's one fine looking barbecue pit. Why does mine look like that?
It's one fine looking barbecue pit. Why doesn't mine look like that?
Oh, what a show. But I reckon someone should do that. Some museum somewhere should just turn all their paintings around and see if people even fucking notice.
The problem thing is, you get those people that love art who would go absolutely mental. Oh, you are potentially damaging the structure of this artwork. Just
I,
enjoy
I
it.
always wonder what people are thinking when they're looking at it. You know, people just stand there for ages just staring at it, and you're like, what are you thinking? Like, it's just a painting. Maybe I'm the twat. I don't get it, but there we are.
No, I've been to art galleries. I can appreciate it, but I know what you mean, though. You don't need to stare at it for 15 hours to work out what's going on. Right, two dudes stood there. Happy days. Let's go. Like,
Yeah,
yeah,
the ghost one. Yeah, you're just like, oh, okay.
that's cool.
It looks quite surprised. Fucking Uncle Neil just whipped his dick out. Not in here, sir. And then the painting goes back to normal.
Uncle Neil. Of all
He's
the
always
names
getting his
of-
fucking dick out, that twat, I tell you. Anywhere he goes, fucking Neil.
Of all the names have randomly come out of us on this show, that might be the first sighting of a Neil.
It's definitely the first sight of a Neil. Yeah, he's always getting his dick out there, Jamie. Be careful of him. All right. Anyway, and finally, Jamie, what is Callum teaching us this week?
The global moth population has probably decreased since humans discovered fire.
Good, horrible,
Yeah.
horrible.
Do you not like him?
I hate moths.
Do you know when I fought Mothra about 2 years ago and just fucking
Yes.
oof. Well, that's like Jesus Christ. The fact they made a ping noise off my fucking lampshade.
Ugh.
God, it was massive. So
Yeah, I would have ran out of the room.
do you ever why though?
I don't know. I genuinely don't have a reason for it. It's just
Why are
something
they not
about them.
flying your Why are they so dusty as well? It's so weird.
Yeah, they're weird creatures. Yeah.
It's like when people are like, look at my pet moth. It's just like the size of their fucking hand. You're like, Jesus Christ, what do you want that for? Oh, isn't it cute? Isn't it cute? No,
No.
fuck, grow up. You don't keep moths as pets. Why are we all of a sudden keeping stupid creatures as pets?
But
It makes
butterflies
no
don't bother me. Just makes no sense.
Is it because they're coloured?
No, I genuinely don't know what it is. I think it might be because they fly towards the light, don't they? So when I've gone in rooms, I turn the light on, they go back flying towards me. I'm like, oh. But butterflies have never done that to me. So
I'm amazed that Resident Evil have never done a zombie moth.
that'd be quite interesting. Wouldn't it?
Yeah, I'm amazed that's not been a villain. To be
I'd
honest,
not play that game. I'd be terrified.
Oh, okay. It's not real. Yeah. I can't do it. The bloody zombie moth. I can't be dealing with it coming out screen and everything. 3D fucking scares shit out. 3D TVs never existed very long, did they? No one. They never fucking sold.
Because who wants to sit in front of their TV wearing a pair of fucking giant glasses?
Yeah, I know.
Apart
It's
from
like,
these ones, I'm still.
I did watch Guardians of the Galaxy 2 in 3D. That was pretty cool. You know, when they're floating through the woods, go to Ego's like Castle Palace thing, and there's bubbles everywhere. That was fucking awesome. And that was an IMAX. But yeah, I remember they brought out the 3D TV. I bet they never fucking sold one.
Didn't they do 3D DVDs as well?
Why do you want to sit there watch something like fucking hell? Like, yeah, no thanks, I'm good. Like things fly at you, like and you're not paying attention. It's probably because the video does this now.
Probably.
Things just fly up. You're like, whoa, what the hell? Oh.
It's all right in the cinema. It's a spectacle you expect it, but just sat at chilling at home.
And what's the point of these 4 fucking K ones where you get wet and shit?
I've done that once. It is quite fun, to be fair, but I couldn't go see like every film. It's like a once in a, have a bit of fun one.
I want to go to cinema so I get fucking drenched. I didn't shower today. Let's go watch Pirates of the Caribbean. There'll be fucking loads of water in that.
We went to go see, what did we see? It's one of the Star Wars films. I can't remember which one it was.
Of course you did.
But we went to go see that because I was intrigued. I'd never seen a 4DX film before, so we thought we'd try that.
4DX, that's it.
It was fun. You feel a bit motion sick after a while, though. Because the chairs fucking fly with the spaceships. They're going all around the place. You're like,
what you done? They were like, can you put your suit on, please? What do you mean? You're going to see Star Wars in 4DX, mate. You're going to space. Fuck off. What do you mean? I'm serious. Neil Armstrong's waiting for you up there.
You'd take him to go watch
Buzz Aldrin. Yeah, you have to get you go up and you're there like fucking the laser fire. You're like, fuck, I didn't realize it was this real. So the cinema seats just take off. Like, what the fuck?
This is a bit too immersive for me. Yeah. I'm not a fan.
It's quite real. I watched this Star Wars. What the fuck am I doing in space? I didn't realize Tatooine were real. What's this?
I've suddenly gone off this franchise. I'm not a fan anymore.
I don't like it. Yeah, you like lightsaber because like it's past you. You go, that's really lovely. That, and your hand just appears. You're like, wait, hang on a minute. I thought it was a movie, not real.
I really feel like I'm part of the story now.
Well, where's my fucking hand gone? What was the treat? I can't remember.
But I know, actually.
What did he say? What did we talk about? Oh, moths.
Moss, that was it.
Moths into fire. But should they know about the heat? Oh no, but they go for because it
They
always
fly straight into lights, don't they?
Yeah, but they don't die in them. They obviously realize they're still hot and still go for them. I don't fucking know.
I suppose fire is different because they're just going to fucking burn.
Do you reckon the stupid people who died early because they were stupid turned into moths?
Maybe reincarnation as a moth.
That's it, yeah. And that's why they hit lights so much. I don't believe in any of that, but there we are.
No, not much, to be honest.
Callum, mate.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you so much as always.
We missed you. You
Graciously appreciate. We always miss you. We always appreciate you doing these videos for us. If it does take you 5 to 10 seconds, we massively appreciate it. So thank you so much, Jamie. How the fuck are you doing?
I'm all right. I'm hurting today. I'm in quite a lot of pain, so I'm just trying to ignore it for an hour while we do this.
Can you be a bit more specific? Because
yeah, basically, I decided to sort the garden out yesterday. It was very nice weather. It needed sorting out. It was a bit of a shithole, and I was perfectly fine while doing it.
Lord
And then
yourself,
about an
you are.
hour afterwards, I've been aching. So the amount of times I woke up in the night because I'd roll over and I was hurting. My neck, my shoulders, the usual, my lower back. I must have lifted something wrong.
But you did it to yourself. Like you're just a lawn to yourself, aren't you?
I know.
So you can't complain and moan about it because you did it to yourself.
No, but it needed doing. So it's fine.
Boring.
It's done now. It's done. So
Yeah,
I'm just going to feel sorry for
at what
myself.
cost?
At least I've got a garden that the child can play in now. So, it was worth it.
Should be fine. I've got a little muddy patch over there you can play in.
No, she couldn't play it. There was like wood and bricks and all sorts of shit out there.
What do you have out there?
Because I did have the idea to do like a decking thing at the back of the garden, and then I just completely gave up on the idea. So I had to get rid of all that shit.
What'd you do with it?
The pallets Harrison wants because he wants to turn them into planters. So they're just in the garage for a while, and I've got the bricks ready to get rid of.
What's happened to him?
I don't know. He's just wants to be responsible and helpful. He's always liked gardening today. He used to do it with his granddad before he passed and stuff.
Really? Okay, fair enough. Yeah, fair.
So, yeah.
Sounds good. Yeah, okay.
It's good. It was a productive day. I really fucking hurt myself, but there we are. So most movements have hurt me today, but there we are.
I got to enjoy the sun from inside.
Oh, because I've been at work.
Yeah. That's the bullshit.
But yeah, other than being in pain and a bit tired because of a shit night's sleep, I'm good. How are you?
I'm fucking exhausted. I have had the busiest week of my life. Literally, I haven't had a night off yet.
Yeah, no,
So,
we haven't done.
yeah. And I woke up to pee at like 3 in the morning last night. And I was so frustrated, and I realized it was still quite dark. I was like, oh, perfect. Went for my piss, went back to bed. And then my alarm obviously is Sami Zayn's theme song. And fuck me, it scared the shit out of me at 8:30 this morning.
Oh,
So I was obviously out of it completely. Yeah. But I've not had a night off yet. So roll on my fucking day off tomorrow. I cannot wait.
you're not doing anything.
And then I will be. I'm studying, but I'm back amongst you tomorrow, next week.
Yes, you are.
And back amongst you, back in the old Premier Inn. So that's gonna be interesting. Back in Aston again. It's such a shithole. But
What a beautiful area of Birmingham, Aston is.
But weirdly, when you walk through all that horrible estate, and at the end is the fucking Abdo building in the middle of Birmingham. Beautiful, huge, lovely building in the middle of an absolute cesspool. Yeah. So, but yeah. So I'm back with you next week. I'll be in your area.
You shall indeed.
So yeah, not looking forward to it at all. But apparently it's very informal. It's going to be a very informal. Here's how you do your practical exam for 2 days.
Oh, okay.
And I get to meet my college.
Oh, okay.
People from my college that I'm going to be going to are coming up to be like, oh yeah, this is us. And hopefully I'll get to actually apply proper. I haven't applied yet, so I'm still waiting for like we get to apply because all the Bradford students have applied. We haven't, so I'm still waiting.
That's weird.
So that's just how they do it. I'm not complaining, and I'm waiting until I'm told. So
yeah. Hopefully,
yeah, man. Soon. I'm just fucked beyond belief. So yeah, but we've had some fucking superb interviews over the last couple of
I was
nights.
going to
So
say we
that's all I
have
can
had a
say.
good few nights.
But what's been going on other than fucking stuff over with the garden?
I was Rihanna in most of last week. I've had a few days off this week because of Easter school holiday, so I need to, someone's got to look after the kids. She can't look after herself. So I've had a bit of time off doing that. I carried on my Survivor Series rewatch. I'm on 2024. I'm almost done. Almost done. It's starting to get a bit like tedious now. I'm like, I just need to finish doing this now. And I'm going to have a long break.
I've got an idea for you.
Don't do it.
Don't.
No, I want to. I want to if I set my mind to do it, I'm going to do it. But yeah. So almost done with that one. I'm going to have a break before I start my next little one. I think I'm probably going to do the Royal Rumble and then I'm done.
Oh,
Because, they're my favourites. I fucking love the Royal Rumble. What else have I been doing? We had the kids come to stay. Well, Sam and Lena came to stay for a few nights. Obviously for Easter. We did like an Easter egg hunt. I made a mini egg cheesecake. It was delicious. Harrison came down to see us with his girlfriend Lucy. It's nice hanging out for a bit. We've done 2 interviews, like you said. One you've already heard, one you'll hear next week. Both are fantastic, if I say so myself. And yeah, that's about it, really. I've not done a massive amount. And obviously, gardening and destroyed myself.
nice.
What about you?
Nice. Every time.
I had to bring it back. I didn't do it the past 2 weeks.
Past week. I have like I said, I've been Rihanna in my ass off at the moment. I'm also doing another 6 day this week. So tomorrow's my only day off for a week. And I'm kind of thankful that I'm coming to your shithole town because I get to not work Wednesday or Thursday, travel all of Wednesday morning, do my bits and pieces, stay in a hotel for Wednesday night, do all my bits and pieces Thursday, and come back and then record a show again. So realistically, I'm only really working Saturday to Tuesday, which would be fine. It's just, dude, right? I thought the holidays were the quieter parts. It's been fucking mental these last 2 weeks. I've never known people to want to get eye tests and glasses done in my life.
I suppose it's parents because they're like, I can't be bothered on the weekends, and then there's only after school, so they're just like, kids are off, let's get everyone tested, you little
Oh my
bastards.
God, it's just, I am shattered. It's been so intense. It's insane. I didn't realize little towns could be this fucking busy. So I've been doing a lot of that. We did 2 interviews. Like one of the Propstore this week, and one you'll hear next week with the lovely Piper Ferrari of Roman Candle. And then I finished my book. I've been reading Slow Horses. I read Real Tigers, book 3, and I finished that last night. So I'm starting my Joe Abercrombie tonight, which is called The Blade Itself, which is like a British humor-y, piss-takey thing, but it's based like a Game of Thrones sort of vibe.
Yes.
It's been highly recommended to me twice, so I went fuck it, bought it, and was like, this would be my read for tonight. So quite looking forward to that. I've been watching AW. I'm up to Collision from the weekend just gone. I have to say, right, I was eating my Terry's Chocolate Orange Easter egg, which was marbled Terry's Chocolate Orange Easter egg, one of the most delicious Easter eggs I've ever eaten in my life. It was just flavored and incensed with orange. It was just unreal. And I was watching Dynamite from last week, and I was just like, yeah. Anyway, Tony Schiavone's in the ring trying to start the show, but the pyro keeps going off, and I was like, what the fuck are they doing? Like, I was getting so confused. I was like, the pyro man just like fucked up twice because he says, "Welcome to Dynamite." Pyro goes off, and I was like, oh, okay. Obviously, they just got it just a bit delayed. He started talking about the main event for Dynasty, then the pyro went again, and I was like, what the hell? Like, I was getting, when you're just like, are they fucking up here?
Mm.
Then he went to talk again, and the pyro went mental off, and I was like, and then Jericho came out. And I was like, oh, unbelievable. I think I threw my egg in there. I was just like, that was incredible. What a way to make a return. Because I was like, is that pyro fucked? Like, what is that pyro guy doing? Genius.
I was convinced he was coming back to WWE after
So was
WrestleMania.
So was I. And that was amazing.
Yeah, fair play.
Like, because that's such the swerve. Because people are obviously going, "What the fuck is the pyro?" Because even I was going like, "Oh, I'm going to do it," while eating an egg, and I just lost my shit to the point where Kelly doesn't even give a fuck about wrestling. So I text her like, "This has been the most amazing. I fucking love AEW so much. It's the best start I've ever seen." to literally straight after Jericho's return was Osprey beating the shit out of Moxley, being like, I'm gonna fucking kill you, bruv. Like, it was so good. Oh my god, and he's just fighting all the Death Riders, like destroying them. Oh, it was just what a Stardust Dynamite that was. This reminds me of when I used to love the Attitude Era. Like, that's how I feel about watching AEW now. Like, I just love it. So we're doing that. Me and Kelly went out for coffee on Saturday night because Easter Sunday, obviously, everyone was shut. So instead of the Easter, we normally go on a Sunday morning for a coffee and a cake just to get out of the house. So we did it Saturday night instead. So we went and did that. And then we walked around Virginia Water on Sunday. In the blistering sunshine. I can never say that with the Oasis fucking Liam Gallagher shit. So we walked around Virginia Water. She got really annoyed because she wanted an ice cream.
Of course.
Had her Oreo ice cream but wanted to sit down because her knee was hurting. And then we were 9 minutes late to get back to the car, so we had to pay like double the parking fee. What? And I was like, but you did want to sit. If you didn't want to sit down, we would have made it. But
yeah,
what can you say? Come see, come side, Jamie.
Get why you want to sit down, your knees hurting and stuff like that. But
then she sat happily eating her ice cream while we were looking at the river, chatting, and this bulldog was like trotting over. I was like, "Oh, I'm the bulldog," and he rubbed himself against my back, and I didn't realize he was fucking soaking wet.
Oh,
and I had a brand new shirt on that I'd just worn for the first time ever that day, and I was like, "You motherfucker."
fucking wet dog. Oh.
It was nice. It was beautiful though. Anyway, but it was really nice. Lovely time walking around. Then we went home. I wanted to watch the rugby, but it was behind a paywall, which I fucking hate. So we lost anyway, so never mind. That was Edinburgh Rugby, by the way. The Women's Six Nations starts this weekend. The Scottish have got the Welsh. So that should be a great game. And no doubt England will probably just destroy everybody as they always do in the ladies' side of things. Because they're the only full-time paid players out of everybody, so they play all the time, whereas the other countries don't.
Okay. Didn't know that.
So that's on this weekend. What else have I done? I think I've been food shopping, usual shit like that. Do you know what I mean? And other than interviewing, I've been reading and watching AEW, like I said. So I've not really had any time to really do anything else.
Happy days.
And now here we are. And I had my lecture this morning. It was advanced Prism, and I hate Prism anyway. And I was like, brilliant. Well, this is going to be shit. Fucking easy as shit. It was so easy. I couldn't get over how easy it was. I think all of us were like, that was really straightforward. What?
This isn't advanced, Dave. I got this. It's easy, mate.
It was so crazy. I have 2 lectures left. I'm really starting to poo myself. Really starting to poo myself. Oh, dude. I think because I've never been at this sort of level educationally. I've never got to this sort of level before. And I just really want it. Do you know what I mean? I'm working so hard for it.
Didn't you go to uni?
I did, and I didn't complete it.
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
Yeah. I did go to university, yes. But family reasons, I dropped out.
Ah, okay. I forgot that bit. Fair enough.
Yeah, so everything's fucking crossed, mate. But other than that, I can't think of a single other thing I've really done, to be honest.
There's nothing wrong with that. You've been too busy bloody working to do anything.
Well, tell me about it. Fucking tell me about it. Jesus Christ. My fucking bank account will love me at the end of the month, though.
That's the important bit.
It's about getting into schools and talking to young people because, you know, I know that people can change. And it's about talking to people and getting them to understand and perhaps step back from violence and prejudice and whatever. And we just need to work together and keep on the good fight there.
Absolutely. Hey there, guys. We are ecstatically happy to announce that we are associated with the Sophie Lancaster Foundation.
The times are changing, and with the unfortunate death of Sophie, those changes have made a massive impact for the future. If Sophie was with us still today, I can guarantee what you are doing will still be reaching so many lives of young teenagers, young adults, and those who wish to be as different as possible. So thank you very much.
To find out more about this incredible foundation and all the work they do, and more importantly, how you can help, head on over to www.sophielancasterfoundation.com. eleventh.com.
Jamie,
Yes, sir.
What's your single of the week?
My single of the week this week is former guest, the incredible Walwyn with Make Stacey Great Again.
Of course it is.
Of course it is. This song is fucking incredible. We talked all about it in the interview. There was no doubt when it came out it was going to be one of our single of the week. And let's be honest, it was a 2-horse race this week. Let's be honest.
Of course it was.
Yeah,
yes.
so, I'm not going to say the other one because it's clearly your single of the week. But yeah, Walwyn, the Fresh Prince of Pop Punk, he lives up to the name. This song is so damn good. It's so catchy. That opening line just gets stuck in your head for the rest of your fucking day. Yeah, incredible. Absolutely incredible.
Yeah, he is phenomenal.
Yeah,
on
he really is.
so many levels.
Yeah.
I've seen his new hairstyle.
Yes.
Yes, it looks great.
Yeah, it does.
He looks fucking great. So yes, brand new single from Warwick, Make Stacey Great Again, was also on my list. It was also, but me and Jamie decided it was obvious it was a 2-horse race this week. Who was going to take what? So before I do announce my single of the week, have you heard the brand new Holding Absence track, Whisper of a Dream?
Yes, I meant to write that down.
My God.
Yeah, that was like there.
That's so good. There was also Landslide by Loveless. There was The Greatest Show metal version by Jonathan Young, Caleb Hiles, and someone's name I can't see, which was absolutely unbelievable. And A Steady Sting by Days to Waste. Brand new Days to Waste song came out as well. But my single of the week this week is former guests, 4-time former guests, Defects, with their brand new single, Artificial Icons. Yeah, obviously they've had a massive lineup change, but fuck me, they've come back and absolutely kicked the tits off of absolutely everyone, melted all the faces and busted all the balls. This song is sensational, and it's so catchy.
It's so fucking good.
So good. Tony's vocals, his screaming as well, it's a whole nother level. Yeah, so my single this week, Jamie, is Artificial Icons by Defects.
Yeah, 100%. What else could it be other than those two, really?
Very excited to see what album 2 is going to bring. Very, very excited.
It's one of those, because it's so fucking good and because we know the guys, we know how hard they work, it makes you appreciate it that little bit
100%,
more.
yeah.
And it's just like, oh, this is so fucking good. Just get them on the biggest stage known to man because they deserve it.
With them of Virtue.
Yeah. Yeah.
Love the Virtue lads as well. Yeah, they've got obviously new stuff coming as well. So, yeah, but that Holding Absence track, I was like, wow.
Yeah, that almost made it, but I was like, Walwyn just pinned it for me.
It'd always be Walwyn anyway.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, Walwyn and Defects this week. Get them in your playlists.
Definitely, because they're fucking bangers, as the kids say.
Now, before we move on, Jamie,
yes,
we must let everybody know. Obviously, no one got to participate this week.
No.
Because Jamie, silly little boy, forgot to post his audience participation for this week.
Yes, not to make excuses, but yeah, the days I normally posted, there was a lot going on, and yeah, it just completely fucking skipped my mind. So a humblest of apologies to everyone. I will make sure we're back next week with that one.
Well, you're back next week with that one because it's nothing to do with me. So anyway, Jamie, I think this is how we're going to end the show this week. This feels weird.
It does feel weird, doesn't it?
It's time for Tom's Journal.
Oh.
It's time for Tom's Journal.
Welcome to another edition of Tom's Journal. Jamie, this is like that tweet where the man didn't know how to ask for chicken in English. So he pointed at an egg and said, "There's mother." Oh, so good.
That's the greatest thing I've ever heard in my life. That is fucking superb.
It's going to get better. That's just the beginning. That's just a little taster. That's just a little entree for now. Because, Jamie, how much for the horse tornado? Sir, that's a carousel. Oh, I must have it.
Tornado! A carousel will forever be called a horse tornado from now on. That is incredible. God, these are good this week.
I totally forgot what the BFG stood for. And I was sitting there for a good 5 minutes going, no, they wouldn't have called a kids' film Big Fucking Giant, would they? Would they?
I don't know if it shows our age, our immaturity, or what, but to be fair, you hear the letter F in the initials or something, you automatically think fucking. It's what it's going to be.
Yeah, you're a big fucking. Oh, you're a big fucking giant, aren't you? Who's a big fucking giant then?
That is a sex tape I don't want to see.
As I jack into my sock. It was a big fucking giant.
God, that is an insight I did not need.
Oh, you're so welcome. This really made me laugh. Okay. The silence is intentional.
Okay.
All right. After leaving Willy Wonka's factory, me, my wife, me, my wife, yeah, me, wife. Lot of deaths for me. Lot of deaths for a tour.
That book and film, whatever you want to say, is really fucked up when you think about it.
Yeah, random little orange people. And then it's obviously about the 7 deadly sins. Is it the 7? Because greed. No. Gluttony's in there. Greed's in there. No, wrath's not in there, is it? No, it can't be. No. But there's a lot of. But it's just
fucked up.
So random, and they fly in an elevator. What?
Yeah. That's how the film ends. They just shoot out of the ceiling in an elevator. Why not?
Mysterious old lady flips tarot card, revealing a dude who looks exactly like me flying a hot air balloon into power lines. Me. Is that good?
That would really freak you out if the tarot card person looked just like you.
Yeah, like, what the fuck is that? That's something I don't understand. The tarot, it's not my bag. But
no, I've never done it or been intrigued.
That's fair enough. Jamie, the disco is officially closed. It's now just Panic at the Everywhere.
That's how you know you've matured. You just panic anywhere now. You don't need to go to a disco.
Yeah, you're all good. Exactly.
Panic at the Shrek rave.
Yeah. Brandon Urie's that's what he's changed the name to. Oh, by the way, April Fool's is cancelled now. Keep your jokes to yourself because this whole year has been one already. We're fucking tired. It's now March 32nd.
I mean, to be fair, 2026 has just felt like one big April Fool's joke anyway.
Yeah, tell me about it. Yeah, exactly. I'm eating breakfast at the busy restaurant below my apartment. A lovely woman just asked me if I could hurry up and finish my breakfast because my friend is coming in 15 minutes and we want to take your seat. So it looks like I'm here for the rest of the day.
I'm going to eat this slower. Thank you.
I would just turn around to him and be like, 1 bean. Oh, yeah? You're here? Really? Well, basically, anyway. So back in 1987, when I was born, I'm about to give you my full life story. So I was 0 at the time. Yeah. And I was born in Aberdeen, Scotland. Yeah. Anyway, so basically then my dad made love to my mum, and it was then had me. So then I was 0, and I basically don't remember much about that. So June 13th, 1987, I was a 0 and a day. That's literally that's all I did, is go through every day as slowly as possible. June 14th, 1987, I was 0 and 2 days. Sorry, did you want to sit here? It's now May 2050. Just skeletons.
I don't know why, but not 2 days old, 0 and 2 days. I like it.
Yeah. Jamie, when you push a pull door and someone says, "Need to pull that," oh, fucking hell, cheers, mate. I was about to start digging a fucking tunnel underneath it.
I hate when people do shit like that. So when you hit your head, mind your head. Fuck off. I'm already annoyed I've hit my head. I don't need you saying shit like that, all right?
Is this genius or is this fucking stupid? Interviewer. So what's your name? Me. Hired. Interviewer. You're hired? Oh, me. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Interviewer.
I mean, I'd be tempted to give someone the job off that humour alone.
I love the idea of Sally being like, get out.
Get out.
So, I love finding these ones out. Your stripper name. Okay, you ready?
Oh, God, okay.
Your stripper name is your favourite salad dressing and the one thing that most disappoints your parents.
I don't know what disappoints my parents. I don't think I want to know, to be honest.
Oh.
I'd wear my stripper name begin with mayonnaise. That's weird.
Mayonnaise is your favourite fucking...
I love mayo on this salad.
I'm going to end on this. This is so good.
Oh, God.
Oh. I don't want to hype it up too much now by laughing too much, but there we are. First day as a pilot. Control tower. Breaker, what are your coordinates? Me. I'm by a cloud that looks like a lion. Control tower. Look, can you be more specific, please? Oh, yeah, Simba. Oh, because that was another edition of Tom's Journal.
Fucking gold this week, sir. Fair play.
Thank you so much. I meant to bring this to the start of the show and I completely forgot. So I'm going to now fill the space where you would normally have done the participation challenge. So no songs, sadly, for this week. Anyway, let's revert back to last week, Jamie. Okay. When we talked about the stolen 12 tons of Kit Kats.
Yes.
Kit Kat have now officially released a statement. Okay. Thank you for your interest in the missing Kit Kats. But just to clarify, this is generally not a stunt or an April Fool's joke. Someone has really stolen 12 tons of Kit Kats and we really want to know where they've gone. So we've created a stolen Kit Kat tracker that lets you check if your Kit Kat is from the missing batch. And they went to TikTok. You can literally put the first 4 digits of your 8-digit batch number into the tracker and it will tell you if it's stolen or not. But then, if you've got a stolen Kit Kat, who the fuck sold them or got rid of them?
Well, yeah.
Where'd they come from then? Did people make money off doing this?
Fuck knows. God knows how they got rid of them. This is what baffles me. And who honestly cares enough to sit there and enter their batch number in the Kit Kat website? It's not our job to look for them for you.
I mean, I'm kind of intrigued.
A little bit, I'm not going to lie.
How did they get to Asda? They must have made a lot of money off of this.
Imagine if you find one of the stolen ones. Kit Kat are we will pay you in 11.5 tons of Kit Kats.
Oh, that's where they went. But do you reckon it's a way of them trying to find out where they are and maybe it's the vicinity that they're in, or if it, I don't know. I think someone's actually found one.
Really? One singular Kit Kat?
I hope they're chunkies. If they're actually the finger bars, I'll be livid. But yeah, they've actually. So please, anyone who's got any Kit Kats, you've actually bought some Kit Kats recently, please go use the tracker. Let us know if they're stolen or not.
I
I would
don't
love
want
to
to know
know.
now.
Get in the comments. Get in the comments. Let's put this on TikTok. Fuck it.
Bad, I want to go buy a Kit Kat to do it.
I do want to do the same thing. Let's get this on TikTok, Jamie. Let's put this video. I want to know who's got stolen Kit Kats.
Yes. Everyone go buy a Kit Kat and let us know whether it's stolen or
And
not.
put in the comments right now. Let us know if you've got a stolen Kit Kat. I'd love it.
I can imagine it's got to be in the Italy-Poland area because that's where it happened. Surely they haven't made it all the way over to
Germany, France, Spain. You can think of it. Fucking Europe's a pretty big place.
I suppose.
So who knows? Who knows where these Kit Kats are? Like,
sticking them up in all different countries.
It's gonna be amazing. I want to help them find them and find out where they all are. It'd be fucking great. So yeah, please make this into a TikTok clip. Let's get it online and let's find out if people have got stolen Kit Kats. That'd be so great. But for everybody that participates in Jamie's challenge, in Tom's Journal, Callum Streetching's, the absolutely wonderfully glorious interviews, especially the one this week with Mark Hochman of the Propstore, then you'll enjoy the other 210 editions of the Chronicles podcast, wherever you get your podcast from, be Spotify, Apple, Google, the whole shebang. We want you to follow us on all social media: TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, Threads, the lot, at TCO Pod, and subscribe to us on the YouTube at the Chronicles of Podcast. That's follow us on all social media at TCO Pod and subscribe to us on the YouTube at the Chronicles of Podcast. Hit that bell to get notified when new videos are released and comment to your heart's content. And if you've got any stolen Kit Kats, let us know. We want to know who's got the stolen Kit Kats. Yeah, and also I now need to, I completely forgot where I was because the Kit Kats thing threw me off. I'm so invested in this Kit Kat story, it's insane. Jamie, do you have anything to bring to the table?
I do have a couple of things to bring to the table. I want to say a massive thank you to a few of our friends. First off, I want to say a massive thank you to the wonderfully talented Mr. Braden Barry. Go check out all of his wonderful creative wares. His Amber Forest podcast with Dustin Gill. Go check it out on YouTube right now. Go check out Anxious Ghost, his incredible merch store. I want you to go on to Instagram and go follow at Farlight Movie, his upcoming horror anthology movie. It looks sensational and I cannot wait to see this. And of course, if you want to listen to some beautiful music, go look up Say We Can Fly on Spotify, Amazon, wherever you get your music from. Go listen to it now because it's absolutely incredible. And of course, we want to say a massive thank you to the Sophie Lancaster Foundation because they're stamping out prejudice, hatred, and intolerance everywhere, and I mean everywhere. This is not a UK issue, it's a global issue where people of the alternative community are being treated differently simply because of the way they dress, the music they listen to, and the way they choose to present themselves out in the world. This is still happening today. I still see it on TikTok and other social media platforms where people are being treated differently simply because of those basic human rights of being themselves. If you're not familiar with Sophie's story, please head on over to sophielancasterfoundation.com. Familiarize yourself with that story. Share it out with the world. People might not be familiar with it. And people may not realize just how important of a story this is. So please, if you want to help the foundation monetarily, go onto the website. They have an incredible store on there. Wristband, t-shirts, hats. There's all sorts of goodies you can get on there. But like I said, share that message out in the world. It's so important and so relevant today as it always has been. And last but not least, a massive thank you to this handsome bastard right there.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Thanks. Thank you to everybody that joins in the show, watches the show, enjoys the show, takes it all in, follows us on social media, gets involved on TikTok. We appreciate every last single one of you. So thank you so much to everybody that gets involved. Jamie, another wonderful addition in the bag.
Another wonderful addition indeed.
Mark, thank you so much again for joining us. It was an absolute pleasure to speak to you. We could have gone on for hours.
Yeah.
We could have gone for hours. Everyone, if you haven't listened to the interview, I highly recommend this week. Some unreal stories.
Yep.
Some unreal stories in there. It's so good. But as for this week, we're going to see you all next week for the Chronicles of Raymond Candle.
Goodbye, everybody.
Ta-ta.
Bye.
Bye.